a minute.
Sorry, I said hot stream into a microphone. Really sorry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Next Gen Retro Chat Show live! We're here with the very funny Portland comedian, Keith Cameron.
Hey.
He's here in the room. You'll be able to see him in a second.
Yeah.
Keith does a lot of really funny stand-up shows. He's about to start 2 new shows, ongoing shows, in the Belmont area of Portland, bringing back Comedy Roulette and another showcase show yet to be named. He has also been a feature act at Harvey's Comedy Club.
About to be a feature. Hosted a bunch.
Those things. Did them.
Did them real well.
Yeah.
Gotta do the other one.
Yeah.
Did one real well.
Yeah. And that's a big deal. If you're outside of Portland watching the show, you don't know, because why would you? And if you're in the comedy scene in another town, you probably have a similar club, like the Comic Store or something in LA.
Yeah.
It's the comedy store for Portland.
I mean, it's
a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's for me, man. I love it. Like, comedy's been a weird shit in my life, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else. With that being said, like, I'm pretty stoked about these things that are happening. Dropping an album pretty soon. I gotta figure out a name for that, and like that's another like I want to say I'm too busy to like get creative with names and like get down to that, but I'm just like smoking a lot of weed lately. So yeah.
Speaking of smoking weed.
Speaking of it.
We have various
Smoking
forms
of
of
it.
marijuana here. You brought some hash. We've got some
yeah.
flour, some dabs. We're not going to run out because pot is so goddamn cheap here.
It is.
That you.
It is.
Oh,
it is so
shit.
cheap.
I forgot to change the description of the show. I always forget something every time.
Oh no.
It's like the beginning of the Joe Rogan podcast where somebody would always leave the computer on in the background.
Yeah. Right.
It's like that. So we got to go to Twitch and change the description of the show.
Twatch. You don't need to twatch this.
Yeah. Come watch the thing.
Twatch Twitch.
I don't know why you people aren't watching. You should watch. Is it because I don't have titties?
Yeah.
It's probably because I don't have titties.
Twatch sounds gross now that I was as a... Yep.
Episode 9. This is episode 9 of the show. We're almost at episode 10.
9. That's usually how numbers work. Fuck yeah, number 9.
Mm-hmm. Episode fucking 9. When I started doing this, I had no idea what I was doing, and I still don't.
Does anybody know what they're doing though, Brad?
No.
No.
The most successful people in the comedy world have no idea what they're doing.
I don't think that's true. I think the good ones know exactly what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. They know they got it down to a science. Like, have you seen the John Mulaney one, Kid Gorgeous?
Yeah, John Mulaney's fucking hilarious.
But like also, just
he's great.
That one and Joe Coy's one in Seattle.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's just the thought. Like, John Mulaney has a perfect joke about it where he's talking about, like, if the person who built this grand... Because I think it was, like, Radio City Music Hall. That's where he performed it. Like, It was a huge stage and theater. I don't know if you know about it. Fucking giant, but, like...
Yeah, are you talking about the special he just released?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't watched the new one.
It's good. It's really good. But, like, dude, it's packed.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it's just, like, total control. And I'm like, that's a science, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that is... Oh.
I was watching...
Crazy. It's intimidating to know people like that fucking exist.
Yeah.
It really is.
I was watching Bert Kreischer's podcast, and he had Chris D'Elia on. And he was talking about his first stand-up special that he filmed.
Yeah.
His dad directed it. Because apparently Chris D'Elia's dad is like a movie director.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I forgot what movies he did. Can you look it up? Like,
Yeah.
because like that's gonna bug me, and I want to be like Transformers, and it has nothing to do. Like, it's not even accurate.
Transformers.
I mean,
Is he Michael Bay? Is Chris D'Elia's dad Michael Bay? Dude, everyone wishes their dad was Michael Bay.
I mean, yeah, that'd be dope.
And I used to think that it was pronounced Dahlia, but it's not. It's
D'Elia.
not. Yeah, it's just D'Elia.
Yeah, that works.
I'm just googling Chris D'Elia's dad's movies because Google's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll know.
It will know. What did he make?
Bill D'Elia is
Bill
his name.
D'Elia. What did? Yeah.
And here's his IMDb. So we're looking at. He's got 46 director credits.
Wow.
Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
The Good Doctor. The Resident.
Okay,
How to Get Away with Murder. A lot of TV.
Okay.
A lot of
Cool.
TV.
So he's got
The Mentalist. I remember that show.
And here's the weird thing
Glee.
about
He directed an episode of Glee.
that's like. But
Yeah.
here's the thing about like comedy, which is kind of interesting, because like Chris D'Elia got funny on his fucking. He's funny. He's good with a crowd.
Yeah.
You know, like he's got it down to a craft.
He's really good at being silly.
There's a lot of people that if he was an actor, like straight up actor, be like, oh, he only got that fucking role because his dad does stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not that way in comedy because you won't
No.
get a fucking free pass like that just because
No.
your dad's somebody.
No.
You know, that's
In fact, you're less likely to get booked.
absolutely.
If you're the son or daughter of a famous comic,
But there's also a demographic for fucking whatever. Like, you know, that's the interesting part of stand-up comedy. It's like it's not for everybody, but everything's for somebody.
yeah,
like-
there's the million genres.
Because you could be like,
Yeah.
there's no way anybody would go to that. Oh, that's sold out. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. I didn't know anybody wanted to see somebody like a
And
sock puppet for 3 hours.
And if you listen to like other comics show like podcasts,
Yeah.
they'll talk a lot about that. Like they were talking about this club in Miami where it's mostly a Hispanic audience, so they're like, I can't do there anymore because the only way that I can get like laughs is to like be pandering. And that makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do that show anymore.
Fair.
They also are successful enough they can choose where they perform. They don't have to beg for shows.
Yeah. That's why like he's good at what he does. But like, I wouldn't want like rich ass parents.
I mean,
that
I
would've
would
been-
want rich parents, but I wouldn't want famous parents.
Yeah.
I wish my dad was a brain surgeon that no one's ever heard of except for people who go to Harvard.
Nobody's ever heard of him. He's an awful brain surgeon. Who was that guy?
Oh shit! Oh hey, my buddy Mike is here in chat. Mike Olson,
What's up, Mike?
he's a really cool guy. He's been a fan
Nice.
of the show since the very beginning.
Okay.
Um,
OG supporter. I like that.
Oh, he said he was flying back to the States, so he must be back in the States now.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Nice.
He was living in Japan, teaching English.
Dude, I always wanted to fucking go to Japan. Like, the farthest I've been outside of the U.S. is like Mexico. Like, when I was kind of young. So like I can't be like, oh, I partied in Mexico. No, you were 14. Calm the fuck down.
You didn't party.
No, I didn't do shit. I just ate some tacos and I did get a shot of tequila.
Tacos are kind of
did.
a party.
Dude, I did. It was a party and it was some real authentic
Did your
tacos.
dad give you a shot of tequila? Was it one of those like bonding moments, or did you steal one?
No, it was I remember it. Like, okay, so we were in Mexico and in Tijuana, which is like a horrible place for like a white family to go nowadays. Like, not even, but like, there's so much. It's crazy. But also, I still would love to go back as a full-grown adult to Tijuana because we're like, well, if you kidnap me, we're both going to be disappointed in the outcome. You're not going to get any money. like
You're gonna murder me.
I imagine
You're gonna
that
have to
like
clean up
they
the
would
body.
call my folks and like, we got your son for ransom. I'm not going to do an accent because I'm not a dick. But like, I just meant like we got your son for ransom. We're $100,000. Like my mom just puts on the phone. You can hear her laugh in the background.
Right.
He's had a good run.
Right, he was a good boy for a while.
He did okay. That was
He's been kind of disappointed
fitting.
recently,
Yeah.
but
yeah. He was. Yeah, go ahead. What? Go ahead. They're trying to work with my mom at this point, like trying to
Like, do
haggle
you have
with her.
5,000?
Yeah, we're like, we don't want him. Can you?
Right?
Well, we're at the same. I love you, Mom.
I feel like I've seen that on TV at some point.
I feel like
there was a show where that happened.
Probably, because, like, let's be honest, not everybody out there is, like, rescuable from a kidnapping. Yeah, well, he's got it. Got real dark real quick. Sorry, folks. That was that's gonna come back to haunt me.
Mike says he'll definitely miss Japan, but holy fuck, I missed home. Well, the good news is, Mike, no matter where you are in the States, weed doesn't cost what it costs in Japan. Even if you're in the most expensive
How
state.
legal is weed in Japan, Mike?
Very
Seriously.
illegal.
Like, really, really
Yeah.
good. Like, I've heard it's, like, illegal, but it's like, illegal?
Actually, one of the first times I broadcast, and Mike was in the chat, we talked about how, like, you can only get good weed from the Yakuza, is what he said. And that he was like, they're actually pretty nice guys, like, for the most part. Like, I guess, you know, if you're just, like, buying weed, you're not giving them a reason to be gangster. You're just, like, a random American white dude who's like, by the way, where I'm from, pot is everywhere.
Yeah, it's natural.
What's the Tokyo situation? And he said that it was, like,
Pretty
Yakuza.
expensive.
Pretty expensive, and couldn't get stuff like extracts. You know?
Maybe straight up flour.
Yeah. I'm sure that if you're willing to spend crazy money, I mean, it's there. But,
I'm sure.
You know,
I
like
got some futuristic weed over there.
some fucking sex robot pot.
How is this electronic?
Speaking of sex robots, would you fuck a robot? I'm torn, man. I think it's a new sexuality if you fuck robots. It's like a new... like you're robosexual. Like, you're not going to come back from fucking a robot, I can promise you that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to meet a girl who's going to be, like, cool with your fuck robot in the corner.
I mean, but, like, dude, you can't even say that. The weirdest thing you can think of is somebody's jam.
Yeah.
What is that, an octopus tentacle? Fucking yes. Check.
Dude.
Check. Like, dude. Side note. I'm dying slowly over here, folks. Like, there's always got to be a first, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be the first person who looked at his partner and was like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. Just laying there. Looking at, God, that's my woman. I just want to shit on her chest.
Just want to shit on her.
Right, like
That's a serious thing. A lot of people want to do that.
Right, but then on the other hand, there's the first person to be like, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Because
And it was probably sometime during the Renaissance.
For sure.
Like, chest
For
shitting.
sure.
Chest shitting.
It was
is
an
an old
like,
fetish.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually derived from the chest shitters. It was a
Cheshire.
Cheshire. It was a really noble family.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they were
Saxon, I believe.
they hung out with Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
Or DiCaprio.
Or DiCaprio.
Something.
They were time travelers, is what they were.
Dude, fucking Keanu Reeves is definitely a time traveler.
Bro, Keanu Reeves is like...
He doesn't age.
Dude, beyond that, he's like... I think he's actually still in the Matrix and what we're seeing. Because have you seen pictures with him taking a photograph with, like, women? And he just doesn't...
He doesn't touch them.
He's so good.
He's so good. He's a perfect human.
Did you see John Wick 3?
No. I need to. I'm behind. I don't do things.
Brad. That's when your name is Brad. Bread. I almost typed his name. Like, I tried to type his name and share in the event, and it came up as Bread Cox.
Bread
and
Cox,
that just
yeah.
sounds like
That's my new
the
name.
weirdest
From
porn
now on.
star.
I'm changing it on Facebook. I'm Bread.
Bread Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to call me Coy Cox because when I first started doing shows,
Coy Cox.
you know how you write your name on the list for shows when I first started out at open mic? I would write Brad Cox, but everyone would read it as Brad Coy because I have terrible handwriting, right? So my X looked like a Y. So I'd get introduced as Brad Coy, like for the first year of
That's
comedy,
hilarious.
and I would correct them for a while.
Year.
For a while I corrected them, and then I started doing this thing where I'd be like hashtag Coy Cox,
Yeah.
you know, like fuck it, let's own
Yeah,
it.
dude, that's pretty funny. Like, for the first year I was here too, I got like everybody like compare me to another comic because a couple of occasions we look pretty goddamn similar. Like, I'll show up to a mic and he'll be like, look down at my shirt and shit, like, I gotta, not gonna sign up for this mic tonight. I was like, you know, I gotta give you this awkward, like, we're identical.
Yeah.
We're little twins. But no, yeah, it didn't help that we went right before or after each other for a while.
Yeah.
Like, drunk audience members would be like,
Who was it?
the same. Cam Strong.
I don't think I know that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Love that kid. Fucking funny as shit. I think he's kind of I have a small hope that he wins Portland's Funniest because he already made it through the first round.
Nice.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
I like that kid a lot.
Somebody asked me last time I went and did the Mike at Dante's. And he was
Yeah.
like, are you doing Portland's Funniest? I'm like, no.
Yeah, I
No.
didn't do it this year. Like, I say I don't like competitions, but I'm doing another one in Bend, like the 17th of August, I believe it is.
Is it,
Western Oregon comedy competition.
are you going to stay there? Isn't that an ongoing thing? It's like all in one day?
Yeah, they
or
do
a
like they
weekend?
do a couple different shows. They do a couple different shows, and then there's like the final show.
Nice.
There's finalists from the first couple shows.
Nice. That's cool.
But like, I don't really like contests because like the first.
Well, comedy contest especially, right?
Well, okay, the first time I did Portland's Funniest, I was pretty new to the scene, and it was just fun. I had a good time. I didn't get through, but I enjoyed my set. I had a good time. It was a really good time. Didn't sign up for it the second year, but then I did another contest, the same one I'm doing now, and I bombed. Like, dude, it was so bad. It was awful. And then to add insult to injury, this is why I started not to like contests right here. I was able to see the results of where everybody came in. I was like second to last. I was like, just put me last. That's like
Just make me last. At least then I can be like, I came in last.
that was like a pity vote that I got into.
Yeah.
It hurt. And then the second time I did a contest, like a big one, I was told I missed by one vote to get through. Like, I missed by one vote. That hurt.
Yeah.
That was like,
put on my glasses. So
I wanted to like kind of like, who the fuck didn't vote? God. Oh, but it was. I think I got it this year. I'm gonna get through.
By the way, Mike says that sex robots could solve overpopulation. And I gotta stop going over here because I'm not in camera when I do that.
Okay, you're just like rocking around.
So
Yeah, no, like that's okay. I mean, it could.
But then, like, seriously, if we use sex robots to solve overpopulation, we'd have a whole new problem within 50 years, which is no one's being
bunch
born.
of pregnant ass. No.
Bunch of pregnant robots.
Bunch
like that
of
episode
pregnant
of
ass
Rick and Morty.
robots. Because, like, let's be real. Scientists could, like, eventually stumble across it. I mean, they're not going to cure cancer, but they're going to make a robot to fuck.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, whatever.
Did you hear about the new? They got a new treatment for HIV.
What if the cure to HIV was to fuck a robot?
It definitely is.
Yes.
Don't do needle drugs and fuck robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your cure for HIV,
live that
ladies and
clean
gentlemen.
life.
Brought to you by the Next Gen Retro PDX Chat Show. And today we are sponsored by In Pizza We Crust.
All right.
We don't have a sponsor, so
We don't.
no, nobody pays me any money to do things. But that's okay. I do.
People pay me money for stuff, but it usually involves regret.
Yeah, I mean, I get paid to suck a lot of dicks.
That's wow. Well,
I like $14 a dick.
got this number of 14 lately. I was like, dude, I love your dog. And he was like, I'll sell it to you. I'm like, what? And he's like, $14. I'm like, that sounds like a trap.
That's how much I need to buy a pizza.
You're willing to sell your dog or suck a dick. What? Wait a minute, Brad. Hold on. All right, that's a lot to unpack. Cool. What would you do for, let's go get some pizza. Why you get off of me? I just want
some pizza.
We could just go get some pizza. Shit.
I will give you $14.
I don't have to.
Like, we're homies. I'll loan it to you.
But then I always love hearing that fucking douche male conversation of like, I'm not gay. I wouldn't even suck a dick for like $1 million.
Yes, you would. You would suck 40 dirty homeless dicks.
Now, see that that might not be super accurate for most people.
I would do a lot of fucked up shit for $1 million.
Like,
I am for sale. By the way, anyone watching, you can buy me. Just send me an email and tell me what you need, and I'll tell you a price.
Well, that's what we're doing tonight.
That's what we're doing. Starting a Craigslist ad right now.
Yeah.
Dude for sale.
Yeah.
Not like for sex, though, specifically.
Well, see, man, you can't start anything with dude for sale. That's not a great start to...
How would you start?
Because the dudes are not in market right now. They're like kind of out.
Yeah, we're not very popular.
We're like rightfully. So
it's not like we were ever popular. It's just like nobody said it.
Well, dude, okay.
Now people are like, that guy's a fucking douche, and we're like, oh yeah.
I don't want to sound like one of those preachy guys that's like, I stand up for women and guys are scum. Dude, I'm a bouncer. That's like my income. Fucking dudes are
fucking trash people,
bro.
Especially
some
white
of the
dudes.
Dumbest. Yeah, like I'm from Atlanta. Well, I used to live in Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. I was born in San Diego, but that's not. But I'm from Atlanta, and then I moved out here. And like, I've seen some of the craziest, most outlandish shit you can think. I was leaving a bar, going to another bar with like some friends, and I see this dude on top of a car, and he's just pouring lighter fluid on top of this dude's car. I'm like, all right, cool. I just kept walking because I've seen the first 48. Right? I'm not about to go out like that.
No.
But it was like, okay, cool, Atlanta, good for you, good for you.
Atlanta's a really cool city, though.
But then
cool stuff happens there.
Very true. Atlanta is fun. But I would
gay pride in Atlanta. It might be the best gay pride
one of
I've
the
ever
most. I took my son to it one year.
How old's your son now, by the way?
11.
Wow, mine's 13. We're like officially men.
Crazies.
Yeah.
Crazies. But like I took him to the gay pride event in Atlanta, and I was like, there's gotta be some pretty good food over here. Let's go explore. And we're with a few people, and like it was at Piedmont Park, which is a bunch of hills. Like, it's a hilly, really cool, beautiful park. There's a big-ass lake. It's just nice. And I see laced up on a dude, and it's a cop uniform. And I was like, cop will know where some food is. And I get over there, and it's like booty shorts and snakeskin boots. I'm like, that's not a cop. Like, I was like, that's... Yes, pride. Pride events.
Oh, yes.
Like,
that's not a cop.
And but on that note, like, my favorite event I've ever worked at was a bear party in Portland. Not like
I'm very popular with the bear community.
So am I. I mean, like, dude, I unfortunately am 33 and I do that shit. So fucking we're not. Yeah. Anyway, they were the most respectful, kind. They tipped so well. So much money made that night. But like, there was also things I would never think in a million years I'd ever have to say as a bouncer. Like, at one point I had to break up a circle jerk just on the dance floor, and I was like, hey guys, I'm cool with whatever, but you gotta put your dicks away. This dude looks at me right in my eyes like, even mine? Is it out? And it was like, what did you expect? Like, I don't care if you got
Like
a
you're gonna
hog,
take
bro.
a look at his dick
Like,
and be like,
You're the king
no,
of the room.
yours can stay.
Yeah, he was. I don't care if you got a hog, bro. Like, if it's out, that's not like that's against a lot of ordinances. Like, so many of them.
I have a funny story in
Yeah.
reference to this topic. When I was young,
Yeah.
I had a roommate who was gay, and he started taking me to the gay bar in the town where I lived in, which was Lafayette, Indiana. And the bar was called the Sportsman, which I just love. I don't know. It's just basically it used to be a bar where like old racist white dudes would like hang out after they were done hunting.
Yeah.
And then it got bought
and
by a guy who changed it into the only gay bar in town. And he never changed the name. He just kept the name, and I just thought it was so fitting. It was so fitting, and I loved it so much. And he
people were probably mad, like mad.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, early in the life of the bar, just like any gay bar,
Mhm.
prior to like the 2000s, it was not a good.
Mad.
Yeah, mad, big mad.
All the mad.
Yeah,
For no reason, mad.
But I go one time. I'm with a couple of my college buddies, right?
Yeah.
And we're broke, but we want to go out and party. And I was like, well, let's just go to the gay bar. And they're like, what? We're not gay. And I was like, well, first of all, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't
That's a
matter.
really weird like thing to be hung up on.
Dude,
Although it was really normal back then. You got to keep in mind this was like the late 90s, right? So it was really normal for middle America fucking straight dudes to be homophobic back then.
I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, whether or not there's like one of the most vibrant LGBTQ communities I've ever experienced, but like, bro, it was crazy because it was like hatred. Everything's beautiful. Hatred. It's crazy. Atlanta's the South is weird.
The South is a very weird place, and
how you gonna be accepting and hate it like at the same? You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
But then like I come out here and it's pretty
much the same. It's
like,
just in a different vibe,
dude, and so much more of an I don't want to say more aggressive vibe, just colder and real shitty for no reason.
Yeah.
Like
people are not warm on the West Coast.
No.
In the sense that like they are in the South, where
pay too much money to be nice. What? That doesn't even make sense.
Even a person who doesn't like you in the South will be really polite to you and kind to you to your face.
It just sounds beautiful, but they're being they don't like you. But like you also know where you stand in the South.
That's true.
It's weird.
It's true.
But
so we go to the bar, right?
Yeah.
And they just happen to be doing a drag show.
Okay.
And we end up basically drinking for free,
right,
and having the best night of our lives. I still remember this night. I'll never forget this night. It was so much fun. And at the end of the night, I'm slow dancing with one of the performers and just feeling so comfortable and so accepted and so loved.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't matter who you go home with in that moment. They are like, we're so happy to have this like small gaggle of like college dudes who are not trying to beat us up and not calling us names and just being super cool and participating in the evening. And that was a moment for me in my life because I'm 37, so I remember when things were a lot worse for the gay community. And that's a moment in my life where I can kind of look back on it and be like, okay, that's a watershed moment.
Yeah.
That was a moment in history where things started to change in my life.
See, I distinctly remember the Matthew Shepard case.
Yeah.
That shit, like that. Like I was, God, when was that?
So,
early 90s. Early 90s. 2, 3 maybe?
Yeah.
So I was like 7, and I remember it just like, why? Like I didn't.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
I was so young. Like I
children.
think like I always because my mom's best friend was one of the first people to marry a woman in Virginia when it became legal, which is super cool. Like like that's and it I didn't care. Like I grew up and whatever. And hearing that like fucked with me. So like it's always been like why?
Yeah, why do we care?
What's the point?
Why do we care?
What
We
point?
shouldn't care.
You know,
And now
don't.
we should care though. It's like back then we had the opportunity to be like, why does it matter who you have sex with?
Yeah.
That was the chance for that.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's gone too far.
Well,
now
for
we're
sure.
in 2019, so now we have to be proactive
But
about
dude, like, do you ever wake up like, hey, where's that new? Bring it.
it.
You know, like I'm not.
Every day
I'm not
wake
saying I
up
want to
wishing-
die. I'm saying I don't really want to wake up anymore. There you go. Does that make
Right,
there
it's
we
not
go?
that I want to
Yeah.
die.
It's
It's
just
that I don't want
wanna-
to be alive.
Yeah, like I'm not. It's not suicidal.
It's like a bad
hopeful.
marriage. It's like it's not that I hate you. It's just that I don't like you anymore.
It's-
You know, I'm indifferent
Yeah.
after a certain period of time when you're in a
don't even-
relationship with somebody where you're like, I'm indifferent to this. I'm done. I just can't feel anymore.
Well,
That's
yeah.
how I feel about life and
Yeah,
society these
yeah,
days.
like
They've rubbed me raw.
yeah, you just wake up like, oh fuck again,
Right?
again.
Like, oh, shit.
But no, it's all good though. Like
And then
I definitely
Google
enjoy.
Syria
Yeah.
to
Whoa.
be like, oh, man, maybe they'll shoot
You
it
want to
today.
know what makes if you really want to feel better about yourself? I don't know how much it applies out here in like Portland because I've been to like fairs and shit and carnivals out, and it's normal. But like, if you want to feel better about your life, you need to go to a county fair in the South. And if you ever like, I don't think I'm a good person, you go there and you're like, I'm okay,
I'm all right.
I'm good.
I'm making it.
Like there's this woman walking around. And I'm not trying to body shame. Get a girl, do your thing. But also, I'm just giving a description of things you would see at the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds in Georgia. Tank top. This is a dump. You wish your boyfriend was hot like me. And like just so much comfortable. She was comfortable. Does that make sense? She was. Get it? She had a kid, somebody loved her, it's all good, but said kid had a Superman cape on, and a sippy cup full of Coke, and it was like, alright, cool. That's
People in the South give
cool.
their children
Dude,
a lot
it's
of soda pop.
You'll see a lot of pregnant women smoking, and you're like, you
Yeah.
shouldn't, but you can't be changed.
Yeah.
You're just gonna
And then
do
if you
it.
engage with that, even if it's in a helpful way.
I know what I'm doing, it's my
Yeah,
thing.
then you're in an argument with
Cool,
an angry
cool,
pregnant woman
cool,
on a street.
Cool. Right.
And
that's
you don't
never a
want, you
good
don't
look.
never
It's
want
not
to
a
be
good
in
look.
that position.
It's not a
no.
good look. It's never good look to get like an argument with a woman on the street. But like a pregnant woman, that's like
That's
makes
worse.
it extra.
Yeah,
That's
and
like
she
a
doesn't
whole.
know you, so she's gonna start saying
Yeah.
fucked up
So it
shit.
gets like.
It escalates very quickly.
I always know if I'm at work and I hear something like I have pretty good like my vision's not the greatest. Like I can see through I'm good. With that being said, like I probably should get glasses again, like pretty fucking soon. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
getting but my ears, and you always hear like there's like go oh what like there's like it's like a 3-step process to like not a good situation.
Yeah.
You know, like go away. Like that's all right. Well, gotta go deal with that. Like don't.
Do you think that, like, here's a funny question, and I think it, not a funny question, but an interesting one. With your job, and you're seeing a lot of the conflict that's happening with people, do you think it's changing? Do you think conflict is changing? Do you think it's escalating faster? Do you think people are quicker to anger? Do you think, like, the vibe of society is
like,
more tense?
if we're gonna be completely honest with each other, like where I work, I love working over there. Like I've never loved that place. I fucking shout out to the liquor store. Like fucking love them to death. With that being said, like it depends on where I work. That's the you work in some places and you're like, oh, I hate everybody that's ever born in this like I'm not saying I want to kill a lot of people, but I'm just saying I hope they don't leave this building.
Maybe if it burned down, it wouldn't be
like
so
it
bad.
wouldn't like if I could be like Carrie, like I'm not saying I want to set everybody on fire, but I also would love to set them on fire. But then over in that area, it's 98% people are just like respectful, chill. Your average like dude I have to kick out. It's like, oh, all right, fine. I've had too much. You're right. And you know, very minimal, very minimal. Very, 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 very minimal shit. But then every now and then it gets a little fun. Every now and then it gets a little interesting. It really does. But like I'm good at what I love what I do. Like I love dealing with people. I can handle a lot of situations with humor. That handles a lot, dude, of bullshit. If I can make something that starts, like there was a situation I was working the door of a restaurant, and I was doing patrol the back. You've been to Montage. It's a cool ass restaurant down by Morrison and Third, and I was doing a sweep of the back parking lot like I'm supposed to, just walking around checking, make sure nobody's like breaking into cars, whatever. And then I hear what I thought was a car wreck up front. I'm like, oh shit, let's go check that out. And I ran over there, and it was just this big Russian, and like when I say big Russian dude, you know the ones that are just you win.
Yeah.
You have every muscle
Yeah.
ever made. Why are you
Ivan
this
Drago.
big? Like, please. Yeah, like how are you that tall too? Like,
Right.
what the fuck do they feed you over there? They're so big, and he's just stomping on his phone, and I'm like, hey, buddy, I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe not right in front of the window because people are looking terrified right now. And he picks up a decent sized phone, looks at me, not in my eyes, Brad, into my soul, and snaps the phone while saying, fuck you. And I'm like, shit. Like, my
Yeah.
heart
Fuck
sunk.
me.
Like,
You're right.
like,
I'm sorry.
There was a friend of mine just came to hang out for a little bit, and he was there, like, in frame, and when that happened, and then I look over, and I don't know where he went, but he was not there anymore. He ran away, which was like, cool, thanks,
Cool.
bud.
We're not friends
Thanks.
anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
You got your phone out, because this could go bad. But then
Yeah.
I was like, just instinct to try to be funny, because, like, I love being. I have a nervous habit of like cracking jokes in way inappropriate times. And I was like, "You must have really fucking good insurance, man." And then he was like, "Oh, it's," and he just fucking. It was like such a Hail Mary. I'm like, if you're gonna hit me, funny. But no, because like then he realized, like, and then like I like instantly saw his hands were bleeding, and I'm like, all right, dude, let me like get you some water to wash off your hands. Let's like chill out here right now. Can't have you go inside just yet. I'll get you whatever you know, napkins, whatever. And he was like, ended up getting broken up with, and I was like, all right, it's cool, it happens, trying to, because my job's a lot of being a therapist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like I have to like handle shit that's weird. My job's fun. But yeah, then I felt really, really, really scared for his girl, just because that was aggressive. He broke a whole ass phone and stomped on it and made a whole scene.
Yeah.
It was so big.
Yeah.
That was scary. He snapped a phone. That
A whole
was so
phone.
A whole phone, like just like it
Was
was
it like a nice
breadstick.
phone? Was
it
it
was a
good
nice
phone?
phone. It was a good phone,
Yeah.
and it was just like he was wearing this white sweater because of fucking course, but you could still see that everything was just like,
I think Russians
Like,
are born like
just-
that. They just
just
come out of the
born-
womb lifting weights.
yeah, just born, just ripped babies. That sounds weird into a mic.
Turn that
Insanely
into a soundbite.
insane. That sounds like a ripped baby. Sounds like
I have
probably
to
a
start
metal
doing
band.
that thing your mom's house does, where they just take everything that people say and make sound bites out
Yeah.
of them and play them.
Dude. So,
Like Bert Kreischer's a racist.
but no. Speaking of like the band names, I do enjoy working at some of the venues around Portland. But I've noticed you like conspiracy theories, right?
I love conspiracy
You like
theories.
metal, right?
Metal music?
Yes.
I don't hate it.
Okay, cool. All right, so I have a conspiracy theory about that. The harder it is to read the band name, the shittier the music's gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
If
I'd
it's
say
got
that
like
there's a
thorns,
correlation.
if it's got
Yeah.
like thorns and like ivy and like barbed wire, it's like, does this say anal missiles? This can't be real. That's not like I saw a band named Semen Fingers.
Semen Fingers.
That's like
a
the
great
metal.
band name.
No, it's not, Brad. That
That's
is
a good band name.
Semen Fingers.
I
What
will
the fuck?
defend
Take
Semen
a poll.
Fingers.
That's
Anyone watching
No,
the show,
no.
leave a
You can't.
comment.
No, don't.
Let us know what you think of
Okay,
Semen
yes,
Fingers.
please leave a comment because Semen Fingers is the name they fucking settled on. They
Do
settled.
you think
there
it was
were
a
worse
democratic
names.
decision?
There were worse names. There were worse names, Brad. That's no. semen fingers. It's what a group
One of
got
my
together.
favorite
A group.
That is one of my favorite premises. So, like, you see a weird product, and you're like, you know that there was a marketing meeting.
People agreed on
People
some
wearing
shit.
suits
Yeah.
came into a room. They had, like, fucking graphs.
Yeah, like shit gets run by. It's like, all right, so we got this idea. It's like a raccoon, but it like shaves you, and you just keep it in this box. When it comes out, it just shaves you. And you're like, that's
Like, no,
yeah,
it focus grouped really well.
yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, like
Like
lawn
the shape weight?
darts. Lawn darts.
Yeah.
Let's just all right. Let's put
give
our
kids
children.
spears.
Let's fucking.
Oh my god. Dude, it must
God.
have been great to be a child in the 50s, outside of the horrific,
By
like,
great,
like
do you
social
mean
conditions.
like dying pretty young?
Yeah!
Like, oh well, you got
Like, you
fucking
were allowed to do
attacked by
everything. Like, kids in the 50s were
Yeah.
driving tractors, bro.
Dude, I know
You
they
were
were
like
putting
8
in
years
work.
old and you
were,
owned a farm.
it was in your name.
It was in your name. You
Yeah,
had loans.
because life expectancy was like 16.
Yeah.
You know?
You were middle-aged
Yeah.
at 8 years old.
Yeah, dude, it was
Could you imagine
growing up under the threat of constant war and just
Just
My-
picture yourself
my whole
as a
family died in the war.
A kid in Oklahoma in
Nope.
1953.
I didn't like where the first part of that started.
You're like, your whole life
Oklahoma.
is just this giant field
No,
that is empty.
no, don't want to do it.
There's a barn
No, sir.
somewhere.
No, sir.
But you know all
There's
the
always a
rest.
barn.
Did you ever go into like a barn as a kid and like all the rusty tools hanging up, like an old barn
Yeah,
that
yeah,
people
yeah.
used to use?
Oh, dude, I grew up in the South. Fucking
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But in 1953, those tools weren't rusty yet.
No, and
They
they
were
were
new.
just silver and
Just-
looking sketchy.
Implements of doom,
Yeah,
shiny as fuck,
Yeah.
hanging on a wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is that giant razor blade? That's just what we cut down wheat and disobedient children with. Oh, shit.
Oh man, I've stumbled on this YouTube like series.
Yeah.
This dude in the 80s got together a bunch of people who grew up in the 50s, people who were in World War II, people who were in Vietnam,
Right.
all of these types of people, like stuff that he thought was historically significant. And he kind of noticed that there was this niche where big budget documentaries were like, they don't really tell you everything.
Yeah.
They just tell you the shit that they're kind of hits their slant. So this dude was like, I'm gonna point a camera at you for however long you want to talk,
Yeah.
and you just tell me stories. It's great, man. All these stories of people, like what it was really like to be a 20, 30-year-old guy in the 50s, what it was like to raise kids, what it was like to be a 17-year-old kid dropped off in Vietnam.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Really
like,
fascinating stuff. Obviously, the stories aren't funny. They're not
like,
they're serious stories.
I feel like I've been pretty privileged in my life, for sure. Like, that goes without saying, unfortunately. But, like, it's also been, like, shit was rough for me, like, throughout my life. I couldn't imagine growing up through a time where, like, I think the 20s would have been a really cool time.
Yeah, I think
20s
so.
would have been cool.
Yeah. Like the jazz era?
Yeah,
Like
that
Harlem
would
in
have
the
been
20s?
cool. Maybe early 60s,
Yeah.
you know? But, like, also there's Vietnam, so, like...
Yeah,
Like,
I think that
gotcha.
I think that being a time traveler on vacation, kind of an idea. Like, you could go to these places, but you don't have to exist in them. You
go
can just
chill.
experience them for a weekend.
I'd love to go back to, like, feudal Japan.
Really?
Yeah, that would be fucking cool shit.
Yeah.
Just, like, samurais and fucking all that, like...
Most people,
just
when they bring up
crazy.
that era of history, they're like, I want to go back to, like, the Renaissance period in Italy.
No, I just,
they don't
like...
go feudal Japan.
Like, so, like the temples and the fucking beauty of everything and the intricacy and, like... That was so interesting to me. That
It was
was
a really
so
interesting
cool.
culture.
Yes.
That still exists.
All Asian culture is fucking insanely cool.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know, man. China would be dope as fuck to go to.
China would be interesting.
So
yeah.
interesting.
During the Boxer Rebellion period, that would be an interesting
Yeah.
thing to see. You know, a bunch of people doing kung fu with farm implements. Like,
Farm Implement sounds like another band name.
kung fu farm implements. That's a dope band name. That would be like a good like EDM band name.
What if they have 7 trumpets? Oh, they're ska. Shit.
I
Oh no.
didn't know they had 7 different kinds of trumpets. But
Yeah.
The Arcade Fire will prove you wrong.
And it's hilarious because in almost every ska band, there's like that dude who just dances. He's not.
Dude,
He doesn't really do. And he might say "Hi,"
Yeah. Or sometimes he'll have a megaphone. Or one of those fake paper megaphones.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and he'll be fucking...
And one of his clothing items is checkered.
Or slightly too big for him.
Or both. Yeah.
And a hat.
Yeah.
Or maybe even just
a whole
bald straight up, because it's always he's pretty good at this dancing thing. But
true story.
Should we let him
I
sing?
applied,
No, we shouldn't let him sing.
True fucking story. Not long ago, like a month or 2 months ago, I legitimately applied to be the drummer in the Cherry Poppin' Daddies. They're from Eugene, Oregon.
That's pretty funny.
Their fucking rehearsal space is in Eugene, and half of the band lives in Portland. So I saw a Facebook post, and I was like, I can play the drums. Pretty good at the drums, actually. I sent them a message on Facebook, and I was like, hey, let me be your drummer.
Yeah.
I was like, I need a job. I'm unemployed.
How, did you actually get to audition?
No.
Oh.
No. I didn't think I would. It wasn't a legitimate hope that I would do it, but I did throw my hat into the ring.
For sure.
I think that they probably didn't reply to anyone that wasn't recommended.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of went into it knowing that, since I don't know somebody that you know.
Yeah.
I'm not friends with your old drummer. Nobody can be like, yeah, I saw him play with this band. They're not going to call me back. Right?
For sure.
And that makes sense. I wouldn't either. They're a huge band. They tour constantly. They make a lot of money. So, I mean, they're not Metallica, but I think they probably... I'll bet you the drummer in that band, if you're hired to play the drums, I'll bet you make $100 a year, minimum.
Sounds probably pretty good. Yeah, it sounds doable.
Yeah.
Sounds doable.
I'm sure the OG members of the band get more, and that's fair. Right? They write the songs. You're really just a dude who fills space.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to buy a drum machine.
Yeah.
They could legitimately program.
You could be replaced by a robot, bro.
Yeah, you could be replaced by a $100 Korg fucking drum machine.
Oh, that's almost insulting.
You could be replaced by pirated software. I could steal something that does your job better than you.
Jesus. He's like, don't get political. We're just going to talk about thefts and shit about fucking the government up.
Do you think... Here's an interesting question, speaking of theft. Do you believe that intellectual property, like art, movies, music, comedy specials, this fucking podcast, do you think that we should have the right to 100% own it? Or do you think that if people want to look... Because I don't... If I ever have a special for sale...
If it is your product and you're putting it out there and you're putting your hard-earned time and effort into it, you should be compensated. Absolutely. With that being said, there's a... to say that I've made a bunch of money doing comedy is a goddamn lie.
Oh, yeah. It takes a long time. It takes 10 years to make a lot of money doing comedy.
And it's not even that. I'm just trying to run a couple decent shows, and I've after it's all said and done, I've probably lost more money than I put into comedy.
Yeah.
And it's cool, I guess, producing shows, but it's just one of those things, if you put your hard-earned time into it, yes, it's yours. Make money. Do your thing. That is your shit.
Yeah, I'm not arguing...
If you have a collaborative idea...
I think more along the lines of what I'm saying is, if you made a movie, right, say you're a big director, you're Michael Bay, right, and you found out that I stole your movie, I pirated it, right, and somehow, some way we know each other, right, and you found out that I pirated your movie and watched it on a BitTorrent, would you be mad at me, personally? Or would you be like, oh, I'm just glad you watched it.
On a friend level, it would be almost disrespectful because it's yo, you know what this means to me, and you're just gonna fuck off and watch it without doing a big grand opening, hired actual Transformers.
I hired real Transformers.
Real Transformers.
No, to get the real Transformers.
And you couldn't have waited 2 days, you fucking prick. Like, do you know how hard it is to make Bumblebee? That is,
Do you know how
we
much it
really
costs?
had to make like new science.
Mm.
There are
We had to
aliens,
invent
is what I'm
things.
trying to say. There are fucking aliens. This is.
We had to invent things.
We might have fucked up, guys. Like, no. Yeah, it's yours. Fucking, that would
I
be
want
a
people to
dick-ass
make
move.
money and be successful, but I've also,
for sure.
with all of my endeavors creatively, I just like, I'm super stoked if you just watch it. However
no,
you do
no,
that.
that's fine. Okay, sure, but like it's hard to like
Yeah,
even put myself in the same category as like a Michael Bay, but at the same time, intellectually, if like I put like
I
if
think
I
it is
make a very
different.
specific show and then I hear about a similar show popping up as like, well, it's the best one flattery. Okay,
No,
fine,
that's fucked
but
up. Don't
no,
do that.
right?
Yeah,
No, yes,
that's awful.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, that's you really didn't.
You didn't make
You
that.
didn't even reach out a little bit.
Yeah, you didn't
Like,
even
you
ask.
didn't even.
I probably
mean,
would have told you it's cool.
Yeah.
If you'd have asked.
Because like when I started Comic Roulette in Portland, it was a fucking success because I moved to Portland, met somebody, moved out to Seattle for a little bit. Remember that, I believe?
Oh yeah.
Moved out to Seattle for a little bit. We did
That was weird
We did that
because that
show.
was like right after we became friends.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, by the way, I live in
Yeah,
Seattle.
dude, it was a time. It was a time in my life.
Yeah.
We're gonna say that. Anyway, we made this show, and it was just like dope. It was great. It was a success. Like we did a smaller theater show with it in Seattle, 2 nights back to back, and it was sold out both times.
Nice.
It was fun. Then I brought it out.
That
to
feels
Portland.
so good when you sell out a room.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I moved to Portland, and then I moved back to Portland, and like I know about 2 comics that had a show that had a wheel, and I still reached out to them, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
You're
is
doing
this
my
like
thing.
it? No, negative.
No?
That was their thing. They were doing that for a while.
Oh, they were
But, like,
doing that.
I had a
Okay.
show called Comic Roulette, which was
Okay.
nothing. It was like you spun a wheel and whatever it landed on, but it was like way more improv and like goofy shit. Mine was way more comedy related. Like I did like, and you know, again, I reached out because the premise of the idea was you get up on stage, you pick a number, whatever number you get has a corresponding prompt that goes up. Like you've done the show.
Yeah.
Like you've been
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show.
I helped with the AV on one of them.
Yeah, and
Ran the little laptop that did the
and
screen.
yeah, and what ended up happening was like comics would get up and do a couple minutes about like they would have to do their sets like Shakespeare, or they would have to eat a hot pepper and then do normal jokes, or there'd even be ones
Or like go outside and smoke a joint.
yeah, and then come back and
yeah.
like I reached out to people who had like a show, like a whole show dedicated to that. I'm like, I'm doing this one specific, and like whatever, just like if you have a similar fucking idea, just hey, I see you're doing this. I'm not gonna do without reaching out because it's like, I mean, I get it, make your money, but
especially if it's a bit.
make your own money.
Like if it's a bit.
Mine
that
was
you do
so
in your
unique
show,
and
yeah.
different that it was like it was rapid paced. Like
Yeah.
they would have like 2 or 3 comics do it for like but I would have like what, like 12, 10? No, the first one I had 10. That was a lot to wrangle.
Yeah.
But it was like just rapid fire 3-minute sets, and then there's somebody like did their set like a cat.
And like even
It's
if
kinda
one
fun.
of
It
my
was perfect,
friends
actually.
wanted to do like if you, for example, if I was like Keith, I'm never going to do stand up again, right? That's
Right.
not true. I'm not saying that, but like if that were the case and you knew that were the case, and you're like, by the way, bro, I really feel like this bit you used to do really fits my show, and I would like to do that bit and give it my own spin, but you know, I like that premise, and I would be like, yeah, dude, do it. It's yours. Have it. You know. But if you didn't ask me, I'd be mad at you forever.
That's it. Like that's it. Just like
Yeah.
ask, man. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Just it's not even necessarily like 99% shows that you could consider copycat shows, whatever you want to call it. Like I haven't done that show in like a year and a half, and I'm still getting like Comic Roulette has like 2 new views, and I'm like, it's fucking time. There's still all this exposure for this fucking show still, and I want it back. It was a fun show. I had such a blast. And the place I did it, I had one that was like a failed prompt that was like drink a bunch, then tell some jokes, and he would like bring up like 3 shots,
Mhm.
and then you'd have to do 3 shots and then tell your jokes, and
Yeah.
that would have been like, I guess, illegal to like a lot because you can't have like 3 drink at like one time, like OLCC regulation. It's like
Yeah.
we get it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay, but also, what if they like?
I guess that makes sense.
I'm gonna go to my next set after drinking 3 fucking shots of whiskey or
Right.
something. It's like I'm
Yeah.
gonna get into a wreck and.
And some people cannot do comedy drunk. A lot of people, even famous people that you associate with being, heavy drinkers, don't perform drunk. They get drunk after the show. It's hard.
Dude, I'm really trying to break the habit of doing comedy not sober. Like, and I'm not saying I get like fucked up, but I'll get stoned.
I always
for
get
sure.
stoned before I perform. Always, always, always.
And I feel like it is a hindrance to me. I love weed. Weed advocate. What's up? Like this podcast should be kind of renamed especially for this episode because like this is a felony in Georgia. Just like all the paraphernalia and weed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
this is
actually
not
looked
allowed in a
into
lot
it
of states.
when I originally. Oh, somebody new is here.
Hey, what's up?
Nice beard, man. Thank you. Your name is I think it's Yarn Dick. I think your name is Yarn Dick. I'm not sure, and if I'm saying
Yarn
that,
Dick.
maybe it's Yarn Dyke.
Yarn Dick.
Yarn Dick.
Yarn Dick.
I don't know, but thank you for the compliment. Keith is growing a beard. He's looking.
No, I like, dude. Okay, so like whenever
he's
I try
got
to
hair
grow
on his face.
yeah, no, like I try to keep it like lower and maintained. But also if it gets anything bigger than like right here, it gets real multiple colors in it, like a lot of different colors, and
Oh
it
yeah,
just
like because of gray, or just because it grows different
I
colors?
get white, black, red. Like there's a lot of red to it because I'm like I have like Scottish like heritage like way down, and it just gets red as fuck in the sun.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
yeah, so like I just it doesn't look. I'm not. I was approached by a woman one time, and she like handed me a loaf of bread, and she was like, "You look like you need this," and I'm like, "I'm not fucking homeless. I'm not homeless."
But
Like,
I
I'm
am
like,
kind
I
of
need to
hungry,
shake
so I'm
'cause
gonna eat this bread. But
Like I have a bad habit of like letting shit get out of hand a little bit, like personal life. No, but like my hair's way too long right now. You know, it really is. And then like my beard usually gets pretty long, so it's just like if I try to maintain it, yeah. But
I haven't cut my beard in 5 years.
you have 2 colors in your beard. You have a
Yeah.
little bit of white and gray,
Brown
and then you
and
have
gray.
Yeah. Cool.
And the gray is coming
Cool.
in. And if I were to trim it down and let it regrow, it would be a
Yeah.
lot more gray.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I'm just like, fuck it, leave it.
Yeah.
Also, my wife would leave me if I shaved my beard off. She wouldn't love me. I'd walk out from the bathroom and she would be like, "Who the fuck are you? Why? What did you do with my husband? Get the fuck out of this house, you fucking child." Because I'm not the same person.
Have you ever shaved and you're like the first person like I had this girlfriend like a long time ago that was like, I really want you to shave. Like I had a pretty nice beard back then. And she said, I really want you to shave, and I didn't. She's like, oh, I don't like that at all. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Well, now I can't fix it.
I can't
Yeah.
strain.
Just try real hard.
You know, it doesn't
Like
work
an
at all.
anime.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, it doesn't work. So
So when I first started doing the show,
yeah,
I wasn't sure. I was like, man, can I smoke weed on camera? So I looked into it, and basically Twitch is pretty laid back about it. They're like, don't violate the law. And where I am, this is illegal. So we're doing it, and I haven't had any problems. YouTube is kind of the same. Now YouTube tends to hate shows about weed.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of weed-related shows on YouTube, but
They purged a lot of it. Like, do you remember the, hey, YouTube, what's up? Jolioli, fucking, the guy who
like,
yelled?
you got like "Fuck That's Delicious," was just like Action Bronson. You got like there's a show where he
Yeah,
gets
but
really
Fuck
stoned.
That's Delicious is about food,
But
and
it's
he just
also,
happens
like-
to be smoking a lot of weed.
Right, so it's still a weed-related show because when you think of Action Bronson, you think of a lot of weed.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's true.
Yeah.
Dope rhymes and a lot of weed.
Yep.
Yep.
You have like, yeah, there's a lot of weed. Like you just type in weed documentaries on Netflix, and that's like a whole ass list.
Yeah. I don't see it
and-
being a problem,
No,
and
it's
I
not.
label the show as, mature,
Yeah,
which I think is good enough.
whatever's clever.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
And I'm not gonna
responsible. I'm
stop.
riding a bus. I'm not driving a car.
I'm driving all the cars.
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
get high and
I'm gonna
just
get high
drive backwards.
And like close my eyes. Just close them.
Just close them.
Go real
Use
fast
the
and
force.
take chances.
Use the force.
Just man, I was sitting outside of a bar and like this girl like shot this dude down, and as she's leaving, he's like, "Drive blindfolded, take lots of chances." Like, oh shit.
That was always my reply when people were like, drive safe. You know, when you're leaving your mom's house, she's like, drive safe. Like, nah, I'm going to go fast, take chances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm gangster.
Yeah.
This is a gangster podcast.
This is.
Where we do gangster shit.
We do, like
we're Fire Festival t-shirts.
Dude, I love this fucking shirt.
Shout out to Fire Festival.
I mean, let's not, because I don't want to be a sponsor or something that will get me killed.
Dude, I'd take their sponsorship.
Yeah, I mean,
if they're like, if Ja Rule was like, I want to sponsor your podcast.
I'd be like, some money. See about that. No.
I need $2.3 million.
Yeah, right up front.
Right up front.
I need all the money. Give me some money.
Cashier's check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, your mom's house podcast was sponsored by McDonald's.
Pretty
McDonald's
dope.
gave them $2.3 million.
What the fuck?
What
McDonald's
the fuck?
has like.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Give
They
me
have
a paycheck.
McMoney. They have McMoney. Sorry, I said McMoney.
McMoney. What? Okay, so what is who would you not take a sponsorship from for like one of your shows, or like if you were doing a podcast?
Like the NRA.
You wouldn't take NRA
Nah,
money?
man, that's no. The NAMBLA.
Yeah, no, they're out.
No,
they're out.
not even.
They're out.
On that accord, not even the Boy Scouts.
No, I wouldn't take Boy Scout money
no.
either. No. I probably wouldn't take PETA money.
No, PETA. Oh,
They're mean. I love their cause, but they're mean.
No, they're.
Love animals.
Anyway, let's see. I wouldn't take like.
What corporation, though, company that makes a product, wouldn't you fuck with?
What? I don't know. Damn.
I don't think there's one that I wouldn't take money from.
Yeah, ExxonMobil money. I don't know.
Do they still exist as a company?
Probably. Maybe.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a couple guys on the internet, and we don't know anything.
Hey, we don't know. I don't know anything.
I would definitely take McDonald's money.
Yeah.
I would definitely take, like...
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Like, Cracker Barrel, just because in general principle, I feel like it's a racist-ass restaurant a little bit.
Just kind of have that
A little bit. Like, I can't... Like, I've been in there, and I'm a white guy, obviously. And it's like, I see it.
Yeah. It's a little...
Got it.
Yeah.
Check.
There's a vibe.
Checks the boxes.
Yep. If you walk into a place and the only person of color is a busboy or a cook...
Yeah.
It's probably racist.
I mean, fair.
Right?
Fair. Pretty fair.
Like,
I mean,
because it's
not 100% guaranteed, but
it's not like people
fair.
of color don't want to eat at a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
So, like, if they wanted to be there, they'd be there. Cracker Barrel's probably not the place. That's funny. I never thought of that, though. I never did.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Let's see. Who else wouldn't I take money from?
I'd take Croc money. The shoes. Crocs.
Yeah, I don't have anything against their company or what they stand for. I just can't take, like, I can't, like, I was telling you about the bear party I worked earlier, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I had to tell a group of dudes that were having a circle jerk, like, hey, put your dicks away, guys, please. And this guy looked at me like, mine? And like, I'd rather deal with the dude's dick out than a dude with their toes out for no goddamn reason. Something about that. Like, if we're not at the beach or your own fucking house, you can't be outside.
I feel personally attacked because I'm wearing flip-flops right now.
You're in your own house. You're instant exception.
It's fine.
Instant.
It's fine.
You can wear whatever the fuck you want in your house. All day long. But, like, I had a dude try to threaten me outside of a bar in flip-flops, and I'm like, if I just step on it, you're gonna trip.
Just step on your foot.
Yeah, dude, like...
It's over. And that hurts.
It's not a good feeling.
It's not a good feeling, dude. Even if you're tough, like, somebody stepping on your foot hurts.
Try to be a badass when you stub your toe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
I'll cry.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
Like when you catch the corner of a table with your toe.
Yeah.
That'll drop me.
Sick to
That'll
my
just
stomach.
drop me. I'm down. I'm like, can't go on without me.
I'll like put my head up against the wall and just be like,
Yeah.
mm.
Turn Kyle pretty quick, punch
Yeah.
a hole or two. Like,
Maybe not
God.
a hole, but
No,
yeah.
Oh, I hate that fucking feeling. Because, you know what, here's what's bullshit. It always happens to me. Never in the dark, never when I'm trying to be, like, quiet. It's always, like, just walking around enjoying my day. Here's, like, a peanut butter sandwich in my hand. And just, like, sandwich on the ground, me on the ground. Me just like, no. I don't want to eat anymore.
So, I totally forgot what I was going to say. We need to smoke more weed.
We do. I mean, I
do.
have a bullet in my hand. We can do that stuff.
So, would you, like, honestly, sponsorship is a weird thing to me.
Yeah,
I don't really understand it.
It's cool. Like, the idea of it's super cool. Where, like, but at what point is it just like, oh, there's no monetary in it. It's just like we put our name, and then you get like a little exposure from people who like craft cheese, or whatever the fuck. Because that'd be the craziest. If you were sponsored by Kraft Cheese,
I would take that.
That would be Kraft Cheese.
I like Kraft cheese. I love mac and cheese. Kraft mac and cheese is my specific favorite.
They'd probably give you a lot of cheddar for that deal. I'm sorry, everybody.
Bazinga.
Bad. I do that sometimes. I make puns, and then I feel bad for them.
I almost described you as punny instead of funny.
Well, I'm glad you did, because you saved us both a lot of heartache. Like, I get it, but also, ow. Oh, man. Sure. Alright.
So I ate some mushrooms the other day, and I seriously considered just going live, because I thought I was thinking about some really interesting stuff, but then I was like, oh man, I'm not sure how to work this computer, so I couldn't. There was a barrier, right? And maybe that's a good thing when it comes to psychedelic drugs, where you're like, I don't remember how to type, so I can't do that. It's a hard stop. Holy crap! It's already been an hour. Can you believe that? One of my goals for the show is to have a Jamie, which is he's the dude off camera on the Rogan show that like Googles everything, like controls the show. So like if I get a Jamie someday, I'll know I made it. I could have like one of the girls do it, but that doesn't count. It needs to be like a person that works for me, like for it to feel like success. Do you do that with yourself, by the way?
What?
Do you put like qualifications on good emotions? Like, for example, when I first started doing comedy, I was like, okay, you're not a comedian until you've been paid. Right? You're not a comedian until you've been paid. So don't feel good about yourself yet. Don't have pride in what you've done until this occurs. Do you do that with stuff?
A little bit, but like fucking dying over here.
Don't die.
I won't.
I don't know CPR, but I will kiss you on the mouth.
Gonna die. I want to kiss you. Nope. I'm gonna leave. No.
The show's over. And pretend to take one of those pinned on mics off.
Oh my god! Don't do dabs, kids. Fuck.
Yeah, do more dabs. Dabs are good.
Do a minimal amount of dabs.
High grade marijuana. It's
low grade system.
I probably gave you more than I should have there, because like I was trying to kind of split it in half.
Also hot.
Yeah. So yeah, I do that. I put weird conditions on stuff that I do, and I'll be like, no, you can't feel good about it. Or like as a writer, people would call me a writer before I ever got published. And I'd be like, I am not a writer. I'm just a dude who writes. Right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't go to the kitchen, you don't go make yourself a fucking sandwich and start calling yourself a sandwich artist. You don't work at Subway. You know? Get off your high horse.
It's funny. Oh no, man. I definitely I get caught up, you know, as a comic. I do in my emotions. It's not fun, but like I feel like a lot of comics are definitely damaged a little bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe not totally. There's a lot of really good people that do this.
Yeah. But I think that comedy
But your
comes
average
from a dark place.
It does.
Even if you're a lighthearted comic, it's still kind of the source of that.
Yeah, it's like a way to escape something.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Go even farther and say just like creativity tends to come from
Yeah.
a dark place.
Would it be against podcast rules to like bounce out, grab a drink, and come back?
No,
All right.
you can do that. You're allowed.
Yay.
I was actually going to offer you, I was going to be like, do you want some of this water? Because I noticed yours is almost empty. Take the empty bottle with you and somebody will refill it and put it into the freezer so it will become cold again.
All right.
Take this too. If you're leaving, you're carrying.
All right. Fair enough. I'll be back. Tweet.
And I'll sit here and entertain the people while you're gone. Let me see. Maybe I can find something interesting. So, how's it going? I hope the audio is good. I don't know if the audio is good or not. I think it is. We're having to share one microphone, so I think it's okay. Let's see here. It's really cool of Keith to come. I'm really excited. He's the first guest we've ever had in person here on the show. So that's really fun, right? Camera's right there. Right there. Had to move the camera for the show and had to move the microphone and kind of do some interesting stuff. We're definitely going to get another mic and another set of headphones so that we can monitor, make sure everything sounds good. Hope everyone watching the show is having a great time. We're at an hour and 12 minutes right now, which is great. It's a good time, you know. I hope everyone watching takes this opportunity to get themselves something to drink. Go to the potty, make a pee-pee. Hello.
Hi.
Keith's back. I don't have to entertain myself anymore.
You ever have that situation where you get real high and you need to take a walk for a second? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get that kind of like tunnel vision thing?
Yeah. And you were like I hit the dab and I got super high, and then he was like, let's talk about feelings. And I'm like, no, I broke. We're good. I'm back. We're good. Hi, everybody.
So, yeah, I think that a lot of people, especially when they're starting out in a creative field, tend to put conditions on themselves.
Yes.
Like, I don't get to feel good until I sell a painting.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of comics that are newer that are like, oh, I got this. And I'm like, okay, you may, but you don't.
Yeah.
Just be humble. Just chill.
Yeah.
You got this. Yeah. It's like not... Some people can blow up quickly, easily.
Tristan Little.
Mohamed El-Sheki. He's... Becky Bronstein. There's so many good...
Shrista got to where she is in like less than 2 years.
So quick.
Very impressive. Because she's got a good personality.
Her cocky ass did a roast of herself 6 months into fucking comedy.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best shows I was ever on. It was so much fun. It was like, alright, okay. And she's really good in her own right. I'm 99% certain that she did get through to the semifinals of Portland's Funniest. So fucking
Yeah,
yes,
congratulations to her.
I'm like pretty sure she
just,
fucking did.
just so you know, if you see this podcast, you probably will, because someone will tell you got mentioned on it, and that's how Portland comedy works. We are really happy
This
for
is
your.
trashy.
It's Arizona iced tea. It's the iced tea of champions. We're really happy for you, Trista. You're killing it out there. You're very funny. I have never actually met her in person.
Dude, I've worked with her multiple times. She's like,
we talk on
she's
Facebook.
cool. She's
yeah. Oh, and by the way, I intend on inviting you on the show, so
yeah.
Holla at your boy. But yeah, so you have to do that though. You have to be predisposed to doing that. You have to have the personality that it doesn't come across to people as off-putting.
Well,
Does that
even
make sense?
like maybe even like on a personal level, because of I do comedy because it's one of the very few things that makes sense to me. So like when that happens to go wrong, or like a show fails because of like me dropping the ball or outside interferences, whatever may happen, it crushes my spirit a little bit, because it's like it was me that did that, and then now it's gone. So there's that level of like super self-conscious, and it goes back to what you were saying about the intellectual property. Is like, if you have that guttural response to something that you love doing, something affecting it negatively, if you can just like, it's okay, let's move on. I don't know, but if it hurts, it's because you love that shit. So, like I said, going back to your make your fucking money if it's yours.
Yeah, I want
have
people
that
to make money.
attachment
You
to
should
it.
definitely make money.
It's fine to be just like one of those people who only aspires to be like an open mic comic. It's cool, it's fun. But like, there's a lot of people that I've been doing comedy with for a little bit that I just see doing really good things, and it's super cool.
Yeah. And that's another really cool thing about stand-up.
Yeah.
Is there's a wide variety of ambition. Some people are like, you know what, man, I have a day job, and it's not fun. So I do this as a hobby. Come out on the weekends, do an open mic once a month.
Yeah.
And they're cool people.
Yeah.
Really fun to hang out with. And some of those guys have great material.
Yep.
And they've just kind of taken their time with it. It might have taken them 5 years to get an hour.
Yeah.
But that's fine,
Yeah, dude, that's kind of like, I feel like that's kind of where I'm on track to be. I'm recording an album later September.
Where are you going to record it at? Are you going to do it live?
Store, because it's got some good sound. Dude, I love the sound system down there. It's so nice. It's nice, and it's an open basement kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Good acoustics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to direct from the board? Record it? Or are you going to record it
I believe
ambient?
that's how we're going to do it. I don't, shout out to my buddy Matt Danger, who runs No Pants Records. That's like who I'm recording my album with. Yeah. He's going to take care of all the super professional. Sorry, guys. He's going to take care of all the ifs, ands, hows, and whys, and I'm just going to try to bring the funny. But I know I'm going to be doing like 45 minutes. I have a super strong 30 right now, I know of. Like, there's been multiple occasions where I've done a show.
Is that like 30 like locked in? Like you're good with it?
I know I can do it.
Like you can do that 30 today.
Yeah, I could do that 30 today.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. But 45 is pretty obtainable. Like, I can do another 50 because I know that at 30 tried and true. Like, I know that. Does it work in every room? No, because comedy. I have a joke about a gay porn I did, which is true. And I had somebody just like.
I don't think I've ever heard that joke.
Dude, yeah, it's a story. But anyway, I had somebody, like, I mentioned the word bukkake, and you could see this dude and like a couple of his friends like, nope, and get up and like walk out. I'm like, ooh,
Nope.
that hurt. I'm out a little bit. But yeah.
Do you think? I think the first 30 is the hardest. I really do. I think once you get a 30, and kind of how you were like, I could do 15 more, right?
Yes, because like now I've
anchor.
figured out how to weave certain jokes into and what's replaceable. Closer, blah blah blah. Stories open up to people, so on and so forth. But now, like, I want to do another 15, and I feel like here's another reason I want to record my album, because, like, part of me is in a place in my life where, like, things are about to /need to drastically change. You know, like, there's a slight part of me that will forever, I mean, I'll always love comedy. But there's a slight part of me that's like, when I do this album, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk away. Will I be able to? I don't really think so. I don't really think so.
It's hard.
It's super hard because there's nothing better than when you make like a lot of people laugh. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool feeling.
It really is.
It's such a surreal feeling.
And
you're
being
like,
on a
and then
stage.
being handed money afterwards, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell a dick joke, and you get handed money, and you're like, and people are like, good job, and you're like, what? And you take a picture, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Like, how is this? How do people enjoy this? It's
But
weird.
when it goes bad,
Oh, it's really bad.
oh,
It hurts.
oh, oh, it's awful.
I had a set go so bad one time that I just yelled at a guy because it was in a bar. It was in a strip club. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
nice.
was doing like a 15 at a strip club. It was a feature set.
Yeah.
And this dude was at the bar being the loudest human in the world.
Right.
I am on a microphone with loudspeakers, and he is louder than me.
Over.
Yeah. And so I just stopped. I just stopped doing my bit and just started making fun of this dude from the stage. And people loved it. People ate it up.
Yeah,
right?
but was he happy with it?
Well, you know, it didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to. So I got off the stage, and I was pissed. I felt really bad about the show. I'm glad that I was able to still make people laugh by kind of like riffing on that guy. But I felt like it bombed, and I was mad and depressed. You know how it goes when you feel like you bombed. And I had worked really hard on that material because it was my first real 15.
Yeah.
Right? It was a big deal for me personally.
Yeah.
It was the first time I ever got paid.
Nice. That was a nice one.
Yeah.
That was a nice little feeling.
So I get off the stage, and the guy comes out, and I was out in the smoking area, and the guy comes out, and he's like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was so loud. And I was just like, and I kind of like vented to him for a minute, and I was like, dude, here's the deal. You know, I know that you don't see it because you're here at the bar, and you probably didn't even know there was a comedy show when you came. You just came here to see some titties and get drunk. And I get that. I was like, but I spent literally 2 weeks working on this. And nothing else. And that's why it upset me. It upsets me so much because I kind of feel like you're like, I don't care about your live stream.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was like, I really get that.
But on the other hand,
and he bought me a beer.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's like a peaceful.
Yeah.
But like the one of the funniest was like I'm doing the show in Vancouver. I'm doing a longer set, and like I'm killing it. Right? And then you hear this phone ring, and this woman is like this white woman and like this black guy and like 2 or 3 other white people that were just sitting at this table, and her phone rings, and she answers it, and now I'm expecting to be like, go. She puts her finger up to tell me to
like to wait a minute.
Yeah,
wow.
And I was like, oh no, fucking Barbie, and like I snapped, I'm like, Barbecue Becky, what the fuck is wrong with you? And like I went, and like I wasn't being a complete dick, but I went after her, and then she like just, you could see her, and as soon as I called her Barbecue Becky, her the black guy that was with her almost fell out of his chair laughing because she just put the phone down, and then like she was like, oh, well, and she started to say something like, look, all right, that was mean. I'm probably just as bad of a person. Okay, maybe not just as bad of a person, but I'm a pretty bad person, so
Yeah,
we're good.
you're worse,
And
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And she was cool afterwards. She was like, all right, yeah, that was. And I'm like, she said, I should have walked away. I'm like, yeah, probably not. I mean, like I feel like if my face is the biggest one on a when you walk into the bar, like, why are there faces? And there's a big face, and I'm the big face. There's like a reason that all that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, and I've never understood the people that sit right by the bar, and they're not even trying to necessarily be rude, but it's like, we're gonna have a good time and go have a drink and just sit right by the bar and just talk louder than you, and then
it's really frustrating.
So
they're
frustrating
competing with you, and they're doing it on purpose
Yeah,
sometimes. Not all the time. That guy in my situation, I don't think was doing it on purpose.
Right.
But sometimes they are.
Sometimes, and it's not even, I don't know. Like,
Especially
but
if
it's
you're
the
in a
name of the
setting with
game.
tables
It's
in
the
front
name
of
of the
the
game.
stage.
Just to like have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like, I've had it pretty easy. I've seen and heard about friends getting eaten alive, and then also just destroying them at the same time. So it's kind of like, yeah,
And dealing
it
with
happens.
hecklers is kind of part of the fun.
You
You need to learn it.
Yeah.
The first handful of times it happens to you, you're bad at it. But once you get good at it, it's a tool.
Yeah.
Right?
And
you
that's-
have that in your belt. You can do
And
it.
that's why I feel like I'm pretty good at my job
Yeah.
because, like, not as a comic, but like, you know, working over at the bar, I can handle just about anybody.
Yeah.
Like, there's not too many people that I'm like worried about. But then you get to like those rogue people that you're like, oh, you could have been a whole age. Like, I was doing bag checks at a show, and this girl pops her bag down on the desk and asks, do you have any weapons, knives, guns, anything fun in there? And then she was like, oh, well, I have these, and pulls up 2 sharpened screwdrivers. I'm like, did you just get out of prison?
What the fuck?
And I'm like, at the same time, I understood. I'm like, I get it. You need to protect yourself.
Right,
But
yeah.
are you on work release currently?
But why
did
that?
you sign out of a jail just to come see this show?
Right.
Why are they sharpened? What? 2, are you a white trash ninja? What is happening right now? It was so confusing because, like, we both looked at each other like, I'm sorry I brought these, and I'm like, I've never seen this before except in, like, well, when I went to jail.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
So it was like,
On the Nat Geo network.
do I have to give you ramen noodles in exchange for you giving me the fucking
Like, you know, you have to buy
the-
your drink with money, right?
Yeah,
You can't
and it
trade
was like,
soup for
and like
it.
I looked at the lead and I'm like, can we hold these? Because we had like a box. If you had like pepper spray or not guns, go fuck yourself. If you had like
a pocket knife.
yeah,
Or
you
like,
put your
yeah,
name
yeah,
on it
yeah.
and you get it back at the end of the night. It was cool. If you
Yeah.
don't come back in like 24 hours, it was like, sorry, we're gonna put it in the lost bin forever. But yeah, no, we would do that. But like, you would have people come in. Like, I had somebody try to sneak in a dab rig,
Nice.
and it was not. But like,
That's the move, bro.
no, it wasn't the move, Brad. Dude, okay, so this fucking guy, like, I see this guy and this girl, they're making out outside, and then they come in through the line, and like, I'm doing pat downs, and like, I check, and there's like I feel a whole bong / contraption in this guy's jacket pocket. And I was like, oh, what is that? And he was like, it's my asthma inhaler. I'm like, no, the fuck. And I'm like, and I look at it, I'm like, dude, you can't have a whole, why do you have a
Did he have a
dab-
torch?
Yeah, why do you have a dab rig? Go put that in your car, dude. What, are you serious? The girlfriend was like, I don't know him. Okay, shut up. You don't lead with that. That's the most suspect of things. You don't walk up to somebody like, look, I'm not a murderer, but
Will you hold my sharpened screwdriver,
yeah,
though?
yeah, right? That was like, oh, you have killed somebody before. Cool.
Yeah,
Those
for
have
sure.
blood on them.
You've
That's
used
what's
them.
happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, they've claimed a body. But then she, in her purse, had a whole torch, and I'm like, what the fuck? What do you... Okay, so you're not with him? Just say you're not with him, just for the fucking sake of the story that you're trying to pull.
Yeah.
What kind of solo do you think's gonna happen? Like, everyone's like lighting their light, and they just... Also, why would you want to do
it,
a
by the way?
It was like a punk show, kind of.
Okay.
It was oh, what is the name of that band? Oh God, La Dispute.
Okay.
Pretty dope. Check them out. They're pretty good.
Okay. Local?
No.
Okay.
They're
So they're touring.
yeah,
Cool.
they're touring. Good band. But like what are you doing?
What? Yeah.
What,
What was
why
your
would
plan?
you do a dab in the It's a concert. I'm pretty sure you got fucking floors, so you're just gonna go general admission and go downstairs,
Yeah.
and then like,
There's no table.
hey, excuse me, can you
Right.
let me light this to 750 degrees?
And all of the accoutrements.
Sorry, I got your back on fire. Sorry, I got your back on fire. Sorry. Oh my God.
Because you gotta have a dabber. You gotta have the dab tool, right? Then you gotta have
There's so many
something
things
to
that
hold
could go.
your oil.
So many people could get hurt. It would be a catastrophic event. What makes you think that you could be like, this is cool?
And don't they know that you can just go to the store and buy a vape pen for like $20?
I'd always be that guy. Like they were super strict there, but like, I was good enough at my job that I could like I had a little bit. If you're honest with me, that goes a long way, man. Like, I saw this guy vaping a couple times. Like it was like, I could see the PAX X, like from up above, and you know that's why like upstairs is a pretty good spotter point.
Yeah,
See everything. But then I go downstairs and I kind of pull him to the side and he's like, I wasn't smoking, and I'm like, so if I search you right now, I'm not gonna find like a silver PAX that lights up green and red. And he was like, all right. And I'm like, I'm like, give it to me. Find me at the end of the show. And I gave it back to him because I'm like, he was fine with it.
Yeah.
But then I've also had people that like are just so stupid. Like, why would you a blunt?
Yeah, why would you try to combust material? There's a huge difference between bringing a vape thing and bringing a thing you set on fire.
Like a joint to an outdoor concert, sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
A blunt to
and
an indoor
this goes into
concert.
your common knowledge, your common sense of just like social things that you can and can't get away with.
Yeah, dude,
right?
for sure. There's like certain things like no, you just don't.
Pill drugs at an indoor show. That's the move.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe a vape.
Maybe.
If you're smart enough to be stealthy about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like, no, that's.
Have you ever like been a vapor, like an e-cigarette person?
Man, to be honest with you, I'm really kind of trying, but then it's like there's so many reports of like popcorn lung and all this other stuff, and I'm like, whatever, we're just gonna die anyway. Might as well just smoke cigarettes. It's like a self-defeat.
I don't think the media coverage of vaping is fair. You know, I don't think that many people.
In practice, it is douchey as shit.
If you're one of those dudes blowing giant fucking clouds, like everywhere you go,
don't try to fucking threaten me as a bouncer and blow your vape cloud that smells like lemon meringue at me.
Right? Yeah.
Because now I'm hungry and I can't leave my fucking post, and also. Really?
You've triggered a hangry response, and you were already getting an angry one. Now it's
like
two
if you're
kinds.
Try to threaten me with your vape. Let me burnt tire or like something aggressive. Like this is called fist fight.
Smells like a locker room.
Yeah. Ugh.
What's that? It's bloody locker room.
It's not.
That's masculine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that the smaller kind of like the Views things and the Juuls, if I was gonna, because I used to vape when it was kind of new,
right?
And I did the whole like cloud thing. It was like years and years and years ago. But now I think if I was gonna switch to e-cigarettes, which I probably should, I would do the smaller.
Yeah, but like I mean, dude, also do your like. Just don't be a prick about it.
Right.
Like, because, like, there was this guy, I was walking in downtown Portland, because, of course, the story takes place in Portland, and I looked over, he had a vape that he was hitting on, and the mouthpiece was like a stretched out eagle. I'm like, go fuck off a bridge. Why? I hate you.
So weird.
So much.
That's really weird.
And I know, like, I'm kind of becoming bitter, and it's cool, but also, fuck you for that. An eagle?
Like the
mouthpiece, yeah, it was like
a big eagle.
Yeah.
Like how big are we talking?
Like it was like big enough that like it was obnoxious. You could clearly see it was a fucking eagle.
That's really weird.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could like take the mouthpiece off, whatever. But why?
Attention.
And
from Juggalos.
I really
He's the king of the Juggalos, I bet. When he goes and hangs out with his Juggalo buddies, he's the coolest guy in the alley.
I feel like I like Portland still. You know, like Portland's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But there are also times where it's like very evident to me I need to move. Like.
Yeah, I think we're gonna move out of the city.
Well, no, because like I can't stand its quirkiness sometimes, and it's not even a good quirky. It's just like, what the fuck? Why would you do this? There was this guy that was walking a ferret downtown, and I'm like, cool, that's a ferret, that's awesome. But then like the next block over, I see one of those orange Nike bikes, and there's like a cat in the basket, a parrot on his shoulder. I'm like, I just need to get out of here.
What the fuck is going on?
I need to get out of here. I need to leave right now.
Did you ever see the pictures of the guy who took his pet llama on the Max? Like last summer, I think.
I've heard about that. Yeah, that's like
a llama. It's like a 400-pound, 6 foot tall.
What is it? What? Just because you fucking probably can doesn't mean you should.
You can't. It is against the rules.
Oh, okay, so you got arrested for bringing a goddamn llama?
Well, they didn't arrest him, but TriMet did tweet about it and like put up a post on Facebook like, don't bring your llama on the Max. Like, I guess there was no transit cops there at the time, so the guy kind of got on the train, then got off the train. But people obviously photographed it, right? No one is on that train not going to take a picture of the guy with a llama on a fucking leash, right? Because, first of all, even in Portland, you don't see that much. Llamas on a leash are novel.
There was this, like, shorter, there's like a giraffe, but it was like a smaller version. I forgot the name of him. But like it happened to be in this like nature reserve thing in Georgia for whatever reason. It was over there. But like it got loose. It just got loose and it was just running around and people were just driving to work. But it's a good damn giraffe. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna pull over, call out to sick to work because I think it's still hallucinating.
Did you know there's wild giraffes in I think it's Utah?
Pretty
Did you know
sure.
That? It's a real. I'm not making
the wild giraffes is also their baseball team.
Yeah. It should be.
Should be.
I guess some rich dude had them, and like they just released them into the wild, and they're.
I don't even think a fucking giraffe can make Utah interesting.
The mountains are nice.
I mean, cool, but like, have you been to Salt Lake?
Never. I've not been to Salt Lake, but I've been to Ogden.
It's a city named after
Salt Lake.
I guess Salt Lake. It is. In the name, it is just that boring.
Did you see that giant Mormon temple, the big one, like the one that's all like made of?
But it's like there's like Ogden and like Uteville and shit like that.
I've been to Ogden, and that's a
like
weird
decent,
place.
Like decent names, but then you have Salt Lake City. Write it down.
Utah's a weird place. It's a very strange place, and I recommend anyone go there just to experience the weird feeling that you'll get.
It wasn't for me. That's. Hey, why don't you go to this real creepy place and just like feel it for yourself?
Just feel it.
Just get in there.
Surround
and get
yourself with
out.
Mormons.
Just do that. No, I'll tell you what. I'm not like by any means prejudiced against any group of people, but I was.
I'm prejudiced against a lot of people.
But like dumb people,
none of it because of race, though.
Well, all right. That's not what I'm getting at. Ooh, shit. Okay. All right. Backtrack. Rewind that one out there.
Anyway, yeah, Mormons.
No, but. I was on the Greyhound bus and we were going through fucking... Where the fuck were we? But anyway, like a group of Amish people got on. For like a while. And it was... awkward. Because even their babies looked like they were dressed from the 1820s.
Yeah.
It was just... When you think of Amish, they're like...
Yeah, growing up in the Midwest, there's a lot of Amish people.
Yeah, for sure.
And you kind of run into them often.
Yeah.
Really friendly people, but it is odd. It's odd.
Yeah, like I wasn't, like, I've always seen them on TV and blah, 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 but I haven't, like, I've seen maybe one out in the wild. That sounds weird. But, like, seeing a group, a whole family, like, it was, like, a lot of them that got on the bus. Yeah. And it was just like, what?
They got on the bus, though.
That was
they're not Amish. That means that they are Mennonite.
Okay, yeah. All right. They were dressed the same kind of
way,
they
dress the same, but they use technology.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Swear I'm not ignorant.
No, it's a lot of people who didn't grow up in, like, Pennsylvania and Indiana and Ohio, Idaho. Kind of, those are the places where there's still a lot of those, for lack of a better word, colonies.
Okay.
like religious colonies, where
Uh,
because Amish people tend to live together, kind of
yeah.
separate from society, because they do their thing, but they come into town in their horse and buggy and stuff. But they won't ride in a car, they won't ride on a bus. They will go into a building that has electric lights if they need to buy something, but they tend to avoid it if they can. But Mennonites look exactly like Amish people as far as like the beard and the clothes, and mostly their beliefs are the same. Just very fundamental
How
Christian
bullshit is
beliefs.
Irish mafia, or not the Irish mafia? Sorry, that's real. How
It's very real,
bullshit
yeah.
is the IRA? And Keith gets shot and never heard from again.
I have a cousin who's in the IRA.
Sweet. Now it's on record that I said, sorry guys, it's not what I meant. The Amish Mafia. You heard about that show?
Oh, that's fake.
Completely
Very
fake.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah,
fake.
Yeah.
Okay, I
It
figured
was
as
all
much.
made up.
I
Yeah.
figured as much because like, there's no goddamn way.
Yeah.
And, like, I bet they were really upset that they were doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of people got upset about that. And there's like a million debunking and exposing videos. Like if you actually like go on YouTube and or wherever, there's documentaries about it, like how fake it was and how they faked it, and stuff like that. But yeah,
That's so
I mean, I'm
dumb.
sure there's fucking Amish people that do gangster shit.
Oh, I'm not saying they
yeah,
won't.
yeah.
I'm not saying they won't at all, but like,
That's kind of in every culture. You're gonna have some people who are really like, I follow the rules that I appear to follow. And then
yeah.
there's going to be people that are like, I do not. Like with any religion, especially. You
Yeah.
know? Like, I'm kind of Buddhist, but I eat meat, so I'm not really Buddhist, right? Like, I grew up in a Christian house, you know?
Good
So,
Christian home.
yeah, went to a private Christian school when I was a kid. So up until the 8th grade. I didn't start public school until the
Back
8th
when
grade.
you were a little cox.
Yeah, yeah. And that was weird, and, you know,
It's a little Christian school cox. That's all it was.
but like we were still like finger banging chicks, like
Bro,
after church.
church youth groups are shit is raunchy.
Yeah, man, it's like
Dude.
you can't put a bunch of teenage fucking kids going through goddamn puberty. I almost said menopause. Going through puberty together.
Old ass kids there.
Right.
They got Benjamin Button disease.
I'm sorry, Lisa. You'll never have a child. What?
No, we went to Panama City Beach with my youth group, and the message that they had so lovely prepared for us for summer vacation was abstinence and you know,
Yeah.
faithful.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like
Save your virginity
y'all
for
some,
Jesus.
y'all are some bitches. Do that in the winter. Do this in the winter. Do it in the winter. Like, don't tell me to fucking not want to have sex
In the
when I'm
summer.
fucking 14 in the summer in Panama, the redneck Riviera of Panama City Beach.
That's so
And
true.
just,
That's
and just
so
you walk
true.
outside and be like, fucking, this guy, thanks. Cool. Yay.
That is the redneck
It's
Riviera.
really-
I've never
it
heard
really
anyone
is.
say that before, but yeah.
I always give people, like, I always, like, try to, like, mess with people. If I see somebody with a Florida ID, be like, oh, shit, I'm from Georgia. That's just, like, North Florida. Haha. I'm like, no, it really is.
It really
and I'm like,
is,
I'm
yeah.
not. Yeah.
I used to,
I won't say anything that's not true.
when I was a kid, I lived in Fernandina Beach, Florida for a while, and which is pretty close to Jacksonville, which
Florida's nice, though.
which is pretty close to Valdosta, Georgia. Right?
That's just a place.
Valdosta is a place that exists, and
Place that's there on the
it's a
map. You can look it up.
it's a transitory place where you make the transition from Florida Southerners to Alabama.
misdemeanor felony?
Yeah.
Um,
Because Georgia's like the buffer between Alabama and Florida.
it's like the weird gooch.
Yeah. And Georgia is such a beautiful state.
It can be
It's so gorgeous in the
gorgeous.
fall and in the summer. It's so pretty.
But it gets stupid hot in the summer sometimes.
Really hot, yeah. Humid.
Yeah,
Very humid.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's super gross.
Houston was like that too. That's why I didn't stay.
I know. I'm like super excited for the shows I'm doing in Austin at the end of August.
Mhm.
But also like
The end of August is the worst time to
fucking.
be in Austin.
It's gonna be like.
Yeah. Have you ever been to South by Southwest?
No, man. All work festivals. I try not to go because like
I've never gone to one either.
it's just too much. I think for me now. Like working festivals is exhausting, and like I see the type of people that go to festivals, and it's like I don't really want to hang out with this fucking crowd. Like it's
No, I can dig that. Yeah,
You know,
like a bunch of herpes infested fucking hippies, like
out
at
here it's just
Coachella.
entitled fucking pricks, man.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Trust fund kids and
and
stuff.
even adults, man. They like, I hate IDing people. I really do, but I have to do it. Like,
Yeah.
there was this situation where this guy, like, he was an older gentleman. He walked up, and I'm like, hey, it was an open air festival, Portland Weekend Market, or not the weekend market, the night market. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, I see your ID, and he was like, what man? I have gray hair. I'm like, I know, dude, it's stupid, but I gotta see your ID. It's LCC regulations, so like I have to. And he was like, I've been in the war. I'm like, I've been divorced. And he was like, what? And I was like, I just thought we were talking about shit that doesn't matter.
Or that
your
are really
fucking
similar.
ID. Like, dude, just come on. I've had people. I had this guy, not people. This is a one-time event. Thank God. I asked this guy who was clearly, to say he was homeless is probably super mean and maybe inaccurate. But to say he was on drugs was absolutely on point. Because he comes into the bar. This is in downtown Portland. And the no shoes was a dead giveaway.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't try to walk into someplace with no shoes.
Yeah.
It's in the rules.
It
Yeah,
says it is in the rules.
Yeah, it's in the rules.
Yeah.
All of the rules actually.
Yeah.
Revolve around. Put your toes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your titties.
And put your toes away.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Relax on the shirt. I mean, there's some things I'm like, is that allowed? Is that a con?
Do you ever like
If you
think
bend
in
over,
your
I'm
head?
seeing your butthole, and I'm sorry, that's just graphic, but also that's where we're at sometimes.
That's where
It's
we
like
live
some
now.
people,
Yeah.
and it's cool.
Yeah.
If
I
you-
love buttholes.
I love the body positivity out here. It's fucking dope. It's
Yeah,
like, just be
yeah.
your fucking self.
Yeah. Do you as hard as you can do it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, all right.
Maybe not while you're on crystal meth though. Right?
Fair.
So, like, I'm willing to say you can be on crystal meth because it's your
Well,
freedom of choice. It's
But you're not
against the
coming into
law.
my place.
But
It's like,
you also can't be shirtless, wearing
No, other than the
sparkly
shoes, dude,
spandex
was
pants, and being
firmly
on crystal meth.
fully clothed. Other than the shoes, he was fully clothed. I'm like, hey man, let me see your ID. He hands me a bus pass and a crack pipe, and I'm like, no. Well, that tells me who you are as a person. But I just need to see proof that you're supposed to be here. What makes you think that would work? Either one of them. Like, cool. I'm glad you have both of it to get. Like, you have a bus pass and.
So somebody popped into chat and they said, "No shoes, take shoe off, or you won't get in."
No,
that's
we're
the
not.
opposite of what
No,
we're saying.
absolute opposite.
Put your shoes on.
You need to come in with shoes.
Any shoes.
Any shoes. They don't even have to be your shoes. I mean, I prefer it because I don't want to have to like deal with like a you stole my shoes situation. But whatever. Any type of shoes are allowed
Right
in.
off your feet.
Any type of shoes are allowed in as long as they're on feet. And any feet are allowed in as long as they're
they
in
have
shoes. It's just a rule. We got
Oh
that.
fuck.
I mean, because let's be real. Let's break it down to the most moral of fibers. You don't want to be walking around in a nightclub barefoot.
Oh god, no.
That's how.
That's awful.
I'm not like. Look, you probably get ringworm. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Or
right?
hepatitis.
Right. I mean, both.
Because
Like
you might step
ringworms.
on glass.
Ringworms
bro.
that have hepatitis.
Yeah.
It's like a new thing.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a new thing though.
It is new.
Yeah.
Discovered by science.
Something.
Science.
I've always had an idea for an invention, and there's like no legal ramifications that would allow this to happen. There's no probably scientific way this could happen, but it's like a cell phone app that you're out at a bar, club, wherever you are, and you meet somebody, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get your number, but it's like a body scanner app, and then there's like tests for STDs and shit. Like, I mean, I'm just saying that's like not a bad idea, right? Like, but it's also like illegal in so many ways.
Well, the airport's doing it. And if
But
the airport
they
can
can't,
do it,
like,
I
you
can do
can't,
it.
like, they're not gonna stop you from going on a plane to New Jersey if you have herpes.
Not New Jersey, but certainly California.
No, they encourage you to go if you're going to California. Give them herpes. That's what.
All of them.
Give every
Every
single
last
one.
herpes you have.
Give them all away. Donate your herpes to charity.
Herpes jokes are the new AIDS jokes.
I mean,
Because, like, AIDS jokes aren't funny anymore. They got pretty played out, and, like, 1999 through 2005.
Yeah.
Shout out to South Park, who shit all over that. Nobody can ever do it again because they did every joke possible.
That's fair.
But you know who does a great joke that I really, 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 really love?
What?
Daniel Glover, Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
He does that joke about what is worse, AIDS or a baby.
That's a pretty good joke.
That is a great joke, dude. And the first time I heard it, I hated him. Because that's right up my alley, man. I would have come up with that at some point. Like, that's a great fucking joke. And AIDS wins by this much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't go to jail for dropping your AIDS.
Yeah, you can't.
No.
You can't. Like,
That's
you
such
put
a
your
good
AIDS
joke.
in the car. You can't like.
What's a joke that you can think of off the top of your head? I mean, it doesn't have to be like all-time favorite, but something that just like pops into your head that really like when you heard it was like, oh fuck, that's genius.
I feel like it's one of the only times that like I've heard it, and I'm not even again trying to be like one of those preachy comics. It's the only time a dude has ever said a rape joke that I've laughed really loud at. Anytime I've ever heard any comic approach the subject of rape and make it funny and whatever, relatable sounds awful, but
It
like,
takes an incredible amount of talent and skill.
and it's usually women that do that, that crush, excel,
Yeah,
and have, fucking fortunately, but like I've heard multiple that just have jokes that are fucking absolute like. But yeah, I forget where I was going with saying that, but like the Dana Gould, he has a joke. He's like, you ever followed a clown back to his car to rape him and end up having to rape 50 other clowns? And it's the dumbest fucking. It's so.
That's so good. That's so good.
I had to pull over the first time I heard that joke because I'm like, nope, no, nope, damn it. You said that, and that's recorded, and that's a thing that everybody can hear.
That
and
happened
great.
in the world. That exists.
And
It's in the
so
zeitgeist.
fucking funny. It's so funny, like, because it was just like you could tell it wasn't set up, premised. It was just like,
Yeah, just threw it out there. You know, David
Murder.
Gould's really great at that.
yeah,
Just throwing
yeah,
something out.
I appreciate him as a comic. He's pretty fucking
Yeah,
funny.
another guy that I really
That'd be a good one to open for, or like just
man, that would be a dream, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, that's a good thing. That's the thing I think about a lot.
yeah.
Like who would I go out of my way to like open for or like host for?
All right,
And-
check this out. I'm gonna flip the question on you. I'm gonna do the interviewee, do the switch shit. One band you would love to fucking just tell jokes before they go on. One band. You get one shot. Like, we'll go sold out fucking venue. We'll go fucking.
All right, I gotta ask a qualifier question though. Can it
All
be?
right.
Does it need to be a band that I think would be predisposed to having a comic open for them?
Like
Or
a
can it be-
comedy band?
Not a comedy band, but a band that like not System of a Down or something. You know, like
No, I'm talking about
any
like
band.
your favorite fucking, like, that would be the.
Right now, my answer to that question would have to be Orville Peck.
Never heard of them.
Orville Peck is kind of new,
Okay.
and he's on the upswing of fame, and it's going very quickly for him.
Okay.
He's openly gay and does really great raw old school country.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
real like Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, fucking
Nice.
you know old school shit.
Nice.
And I went to see him at like the whole family went to
Yeah.
see him at Mississippi Studios.
Okay.
And he did such a great show. His live show is amazing and perfect. He's classically trained as a singer.
Okay.
So his voice is very Roy Orbison, right?
Nice.
And his crowd, though, he wears a mask. He does this whole like Lone Ranger kind of face mask with tassels that cover the rest of his face.
Okay.
So he's never in public without that mask.
Okay.
And his shows are so fun, and his vibe is so like cool that people dress up like in old school
Nice.
country western attire.
Nice.
So it's in the middle of fucking hipster Portland zone, Mississippi Studios,
Yeah.
and there are 500 people, women, men, and everything in between, dressed up in like, you know, going to the Grand Ole Opry fucking
That's pretty
cowboy
cool.
clothes. I would love to open for that crowd because I think that crowd is engaged with the show, and he's so great and so talented, and I think those people would
Yeah.
be predisposed to laughing,
That'd be
if
fun.
that makes sense.
No,
And I've been listening to him a lot lately. I'm a huge fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
feel like big band would probably have to be like Breaking Benjamin. That's been one of my favorite bands for a
Oh
long,
yeah, I love
time.
them. They're fucking amazing.
They fucking so good.
I've never seen them live. Have you? I've heard they're amazing live. Yeah.
They is amazing.
Yeah.
They
Dude,
are
their
so
sound
good.
is
Yeah.
so thick.
They're getting
fat.
better and better and better, and it's
Yeah.
just like insanity.
Their guitar tone is truly
dude.
unique.
They lost like a whole ass like the first original lineup like kind of fucked over Ben, the lead singer.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
yeah.
like now he has like a whole new
Did he hire entirely new people?
entirely, and they are even better. It's
I wonder who he got for his drummer because.
Sean Foist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But one of the things about Breaking Benjamin that I've always liked is how great the drums are.
Yeah, they're really good
The
drums.
drummers in that band from the beginning have been amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you could hang out with any famous person, comedian, actor, actress, I guess actress is a bad term that you should use, I'm sorry. Actor is a term that covers both men and women.
Got you. Yeah, whatever.
That's
yeah.
not the
I got you.
nomenclature.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down, man.
Like who would you? I don't know. Like if you make it in the world and you're very successful, you can just call people.
Not even on a sexual level by any means. Just because I think she would be cool as fuck. Aubrey Plaza.
Oh yeah, she'd be really fun to hang out with.
Super fun.
Yeah. Her sense of humor is great.
Yep. That would be top notch fun.
Hours.
That would be a top notch evening.
For me, I'd have to, if I was gonna pick a female,
Yeah.
going with the theme,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
I feel like she would get so annoying so quick.
I think that she's a perfect human. Just I don't know. I have this image of Taylor Swift in my mind that she's like really congenial and really friendly and really polite, and like she seems to be like a fun-loving person.
With her. It's really cool.
I'm like a
Singing?
huge T Swift fan though.
Oh.
I really am. Like I have a vinyl collection out there in the living room. I have a Taylor Swift 1989 on vinyl. Are we still friends?
We are. We are. But also.
Do you think less of me now?
Well, I can't, by pure fact that my first concert was the Spice Girls.
Dude, the Spice Girls are great.
Dude, it was
If
the
you wanna be my lover, we're gonna get copyright struck.
Yeah, we are. So let's not finish singing that
Yeah.
song. Oh, if you want
But
to
yeah,
be a
Spice
lover,
Girls
you gotta
you gotta pay the licensing fee.
you have to like hang out with quite a few people that I know and like get to know them on a personal level, and then maybe
we'll go on a date.
maybe we can maybe for a while.
We could text.
Yeah,
And
this is before text,
see
but I
where
mean
it
we could
goes.
like call each other on phones.
Dude, we have never been before text. It's a matter of how long
Fuck
it took
we've
it to
had.
get there.
We've been before text. What? I mean,
Are
Jesus,
letters not
really?
text messages?
You really you pandering ass really? That's gonna be where you like, I'm gonna stand the fucking line on the text. No, and if you can't, no, that's called writing. That's just called writing. It's not. You're not sending a text if you're writing a letter. It's literally in the name, writing a letter. See, this is the.
If I was gonna go back in time and live in the time where people wrote letters with like wax seals and shit, but like
You're getting a
pretend,
glue gun.
but I'm gonna pretend that I'm from there. So my wax seal is gonna just be the word send. Let that sink in. Yeah, it's nice.
I don't like it.
Oh fuck!
It went in.
It
I
did.
registered it, and then like it didn't come out the way I needed it to. So
Do you think that comedians are funnier in this setting or on a stage?
depends. Everything depends on audience, depends on room, depends on situation. You're not gonna get necessarily, and I mean that because there are comics that could translate that, but you're not necessarily gonna get like this kind of vibe going on stage because it's not like you're not like having that back and forth with like the audience member.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of you and then like monologue, whatever. But I've seen comics like take that and like kind of use that, but also it's different. It's very different.
Jeff Ross is good at that with this whole bumping mics.
Right,
thing.
right, for sure. And
He can
like
get
that's
that
why
vibe.
I really like Comic Roulette because it helped me like be like off the cuff a little bit and like do you know.
What's your favorite thing? Like, so some people, everyone who does comedy really loves it, and they have to. It's a really hard thing to do. It's a hard
Right.
craft to kind of sharpen. My favorite thing is being on stage.
Yeah.
My least favorite thing is developing material off of the stage, because you never really know if it's going to work until you get it there. Is being on stage your favorite thing? Is hearing the laughs your favorite thing?
It's a combination. I can't answer that with one solid answer. Like when I get in the mood, I really love to sit down and write and like kind of figure out because I have a lot of like really weird premises and just thoughts that run through my head, and then like I just I'm gonna write those down, and then like
Yeah.
bye bye.
Yeah, then they're gone.
Yeah.
Sometimes they stick around though, and you
And,
know they're good when that
and
happens.
there's a lot of times since I'm like pretty busy in personal life and just other shit, so like I'll just the Boston robotics joke that I'm trying to work on, that was just like a rant I tried that went over pretty well.
Hmm.
And it was like, okay.
Did you do it at an open mic or did you do
Yeah, I
it?
did it at
Yeah.
open mic. And it was the first time I ever tried it out. It just worked. I'm like, okay, cool. And there's always something there because I did an actual showcase and it worked out pretty well too.
Yeah.
But there just needs a lot of refining to that joke.
I
But
like
it's also,
the premise. I
yeah,
think
it's
a
like,
really good premise.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, tuning in, you can't be bullying robots. Look up Boston Dynamics. Just they're guys that are from Boston that like just beat these smart robots with hockey sticks. It's fucked up.
I like it. Like earlier when you mentioned it, you're like, of course they have hockey sticks because
From
Boston.
Boston, dude,
Yeah.
for sure. It's Boston. What else are they gonna beat them with? Fucking
One premise I've been playing with lately is I'm a straight white guy and I have a college education, so that means I peaked at birth. Like I'll never
Not
do
bad.
anything better than just being born. Like I exist in a world that's made for me. Like
Yeah.
that's the premise, right? And I want to kind of
Yeah.
break that down and kind of get it to its essence, which is
Yeah.
like you can't, no matter what you do, you have to recognize that like just being born was winning the fucking lottery.
Yeah,
I was
mean,
born
you
in
did-
I was born in
but, like-
Canada, but still a pretty
like
free
not
country.
even necessarily though. Like I don't even want to get. I don't know. That's such an open-ended statement because there
Well,
are
I just
people
like
that
the
are
premise.
born
I
that
think
are
the
just
premise
like
is funny, right?
fucked from get-go.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not
Fucked.
universal. And that's the
It
thing
is,
about
though. It
premises.
is.
It's premises.
That's a universal premise, but it's also like you can get born in shitty ass circumstances,
Yeah.
like hardcore,
Yeah.
and it's just like, man,
You could have been born in the Sudan.
I could have been fucking born in like a super low income fucking neighborhood during like the 60s,
Right,
like
right.
I could have just dude, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, and I like the premise because I like to play with ideas that people are first of all averse to, and my style of writing is very tension and release,
Yeah.
right? And I think that that's really cathartic for people.
I like to go obscure and goofy. Like
Yeah.
I could touch on like weird subjects. Like I have this joke I do about police and the police force and like how it. I don't like how anybody should be able to become a cop. Like it scares me. Like we should hire just mothers and fire every police force member and just hire exclusively
Just moms.
Because
That's
like
not a bad idea.
Like think about this though. Like for real. Like hands up or I'm gonna shoot or like I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like
Yeah.
what would be more? Like, oh, okay, all right. Well,
Dude,
damn,
yeah.
dude.
If some
Ooh.
mom cop walks up
and they
to
all
me,
know each other, like I'm gonna call your mom. Like they all know it, and like you're
that's extraordinarily
you
effective
go to your
law
cell
enforcement.
without dinner. Like,
Dude,
dude,
yeah.
yeah, like it's goofy as fuck.
But it's a good idea. I like
right,
that a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So like you can talk about. I feel like you can talk about anything. A, if you experienced it, first off. B, go ahead and talk about something that's outside your wheelhouse if you want to. If you're a straight white dude and you want to talk about trans issues, but you better make a joke that would make a statue laugh. You better
Yeah,
do a joke that is so
absolutely, yeah.
undeniably good
Mhm.
that it's like, this is fucked up. This
Yeah.
is on my... And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ratio of like, holy shit, he just made an abortion joke as a white dude, as to like, every other open mic situation,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Like you definitely can.
Yeah,
But you
talk
need
about
to be
goofy shit,
really
but
honest with yourself about how good it is.
yep.
And run it by your friends who are also comics.
Yeah, if
Let
I
them
have a
put
joke that
input.
I think like is
D. Martin Austin
I like running shit by him, but not too much because I know it's
helped
like
me with the white privilege joke.
yeah,
Because the tag for that joke was
yeah,
going to be I can't even kill myself with cops because they won't shoot me. They'll never kill me.
Yeah.
I could just go out there with a machete and scream nonsense for hours, and they'll just have a standoff
give you
with
like
me, right?
a TV dinner and calm you down.
But then he was like, dude, I don't know, because a lot of people actually have people they love that experience that were killed by police.
Yeah.
And you never know. Maybe that's not the tag. Like, he's like, the premise is good, but maybe that tag isn't right and doesn't fit. And I had to agree with him. I was like, yes, it is funny.
Yeah, I need to go back through my messages. There's a couple good jokes that I completely forgot about now that we've been talking about DMA. Lovely D. Martin Austin. Like, that is one of the truest friends.
He's a group.
They
are
best.
a great person.
They're one of the best.
They're a great person. Amazing.
I'm so happy that they're in my life.
Yeah,
but anyway,
very loyal person.
Anyway.
And always willing to help. Coming on the show August 5th.
Yeah.
August 5th will be the episode.
But yeah, I have a bunch of jokes I forgot about.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna have to
I've probably sent D 20 jokes.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go through the message board. Like, there's a couple of them like that I'm gonna like a couple friends that I like bounce shit off of. That I'm like, I need to remember some of these that actually were funny to me.
Do you ever write with people?
I do, but like I'm so busy right now. It's kind of I'm trying to work extra hours because I got I'm going out to Austin at the end of August. Trying to like have a really good time out there and just kind of forget
saving
about
up that Skrilla.
And it's the plane ticket's already bought, the Airbnb's already taken care of. Like, but now it's just kind of like I have to get a Bolt bus to and from Seattle because that's where I'm flying out of.
Oh, okay.
Because it is stupid. I can't fly out of PDX with a Washington ID.
Weird.
It's stupid.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna fly out of Seattle. It's not a big deal. I'll probably go up there the night before and do a show.
Bolt bus is pretty cheap though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like 25, maybe $30.
Nice. Yeah.
50 to 60 round trip. Ow. No. He assaulted me. You have that on camera?
Yep, I do. I recorded it.
I want to call a lawyer and my lawyer's manager.
Yes.
Yes.
And file
papers. All the complaints and some papers.
Yes.
I'll put them in envelopes. And
I'll help you.
Out. All right.
I'll give you a ride.
Thank you.
Yeah, I deserve whatever comes to me.
I mean, that's cool.
I'm willing to accept the punishment.
There we go.
So before we go, because we're right at about 2 hours right now.
Yeah, man.
Before we head out, let the people know again what you're doing, what's coming up, where they can see you, what they can expect from you in the future.
You can expect a lot of disappointment. No, I'm kidding. So is this like live? Like, is this like?
Yeah, this is live right now.
Dope. Okay, so I'm gonna be at Telltale doing a show, which is Chapel Theater in Milwaukee on the 18th. Doing a show called Telltale. Sorry, I fucked that one all the way up. Sorry, Jasmine. It's just like a storytelling showcase, and it's gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna talk about like being in jail. That's gonna be an interesting little set. And then I think the 15th, I'm pretty sure it's the 15th of this month, I'm going to be roasting my buddy Hijinks, one of Portland's mentors, an amazing dude, but he wants us to roast him, and then, like, I don't know how much longer we're going to be friends, whatever, it's cool. They wanted me there, they're not going to want me there much longer.
They asked.
Cool. They asked, but they're going to receive, and they're going to be like, oh, well, is he, okay, he's good at this. And then I got a couple other shows in the works. Bringing Comic Roulette back. It's like a show that it was a baby. It was a love of mine. It was a good show. I'm bringing it back because now I found like a super supportive venue and a great group of friends to get this thing off the ground. So expect some pretty cool things. What else am I doing? Doing a comedy competition in Bend on like the 5th. I'm doing a long set now in Bellingham, Washington on the 22nd, 3rd, 20 through the 3rd.
The 20th?
The 23rd. 20 through the 3rd. I'm doing a show out in Bellingham, Washington. I gotta check my calendar. I've been smoking a lot of weed, and it took me way too long to say not even words. Not even words. I stumbled on not real. That's cool.
I'm sorry I gave you so much
It's
weed.
okay. No, I did this to myself too. I willingly was like, "Oh, come over and we'll smoke out." And then I'm like, I'm
People
woozy.
often forget that I ran a weed business for several years.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I kind of knew, but then I almost like forgot. Like, you ever like get high and forget? That's fun.
Yeah.
When that
I
happens. You're like,
don't.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to be filming something now?
Yeah, I think this is like. Have we been recording this entire time?
Good. I pressed the
sounds
button.
like cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We made it.
Cool.
So check out Keith. Please support local comedy. Please support touring comedians. Please pay for tickets. Come, laugh, order food at the venue, order drinks at the venue.
And by touring, just tell me to get a bus pass.
Yeah. Bus passes are getting expensive here. So come out to shows, support it, because comedy is such a beautiful thing, and we have to keep it as it's a cultural form of storytelling that is unique to Western society in a sense.
We're not philosophers anymore, do we? Like, we use comics.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that can, like,
we're out there.
Listen to me rant about some shit.
Well, yeah.
And that's what philosophy is. Just here's what I think about things, and you can take it or leave it, but I'm going to continue telling you things that I think about things.
And a lot of comedians are really smart people, and you want to hear them talk about that stuff. Yeah.
Majority.
Like, you can go out there and listen to guys who are making, guys and gals, and everything in between.
All the comedians
making jokes about serious issues, and you can laugh about it. You can escape for a minute. It's really important.
Yeah.
Don't come over here and smoke weed with me. It's not safe.
You'll get sleepy.
It's
I
not safe.
I got a bus ride home that I will be snoring on, guys. Yes.
But remember to, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. It's Next Gen Retro on YouTube, Next Gen Retro PDX on Twitch, Next Gen Retro 1 on Twitter. Do you want to shout out your social medias?
Yeah, sure. I'm on Facebook at Keith Cameron. I'm the guy that like put a face and some bushes. That sounds weird. Sounds real weird. Sorry, that was what I let off with. Also, I'm on Twitter sometimes. BDSM of the Heart, spelled normally.
So check it out.
CaliCam85 on Instagram. There we go.
Follow, like, comment, send us DMs, whatever you want.
Send us PMs or DMs.
Yeah, and maybe presents.
I mean, cool. I'm cool with presents.
Yeah, like if somebody had a pizza delivered during the stream, I'd be cool with that.
That would be nice. Anybody who like got that like extra pizza money?
So
hey, guy that's questioning about the shoes, you want to buy us a pizza? Show you my feet.
You can buy some bath water. I'll sell you my bath water. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for coming by. I hope you guys have a fantastic life. Remember that I love each and every one of you fucking motherfuckers out there and motherfuckettes out there. You're all just lovely fucking people. Every single person that clicks the video is helpful.
Everyone.
Nobody knows that this exists yet. So if you're watching this, I am personally friends with you.
Right.
Like, you can seriously message me right now.
Don't ask me for money.
And no, I don't have any money.
I'm going to ask you for money, though.
But I will talk to you.
Yeah.
You know? Have a great life, guys. Thanks for watching.